Smythe host of the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.
Welcome to Team Podcast, episode 045. My name is Nash, host of the Team Podcast, and struggling to open his drink is Wells of the Horseplay Podcast.
What's going on? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
No, it's not even Thanksgiving here, bro. You just
Happy Thanksgiving, the good Thanksgiving.
oh wow.
There's no debate. There is no debate.
Is that like anti-patriotism?
No, dude, there's just no debate. I don't care what you say. This is the best Thanksgiving.
It is. It is.
All right.
And on the ones and twos, we got the great DJ Smythe.
Not a DJ, but
But the
Right.
American you're still struggling to open that drink. Yeah. The American Thanksgiving is, it literally is.
it's a real holiday.
It's a real holiday.
We get a day off, but we don't consider it a true like holiday the way.
I think the American Thanksgiving in the States is more busier than their Christmas.
It's a bigger holiday than it is Christmas for them.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing about American Thanksgiving I like is that American Thanksgiving kicks off
The
Christmas
holidays,
season, right? So it's like you
Well,
celebrate Christmas stuff happens after today.
No.
It's just the widget. Don't worry.
I know. I thought you put it up to the mic. That's all. And again, this could be the earliest I've noticed it. As soon as maybe late October hit, Christmas stuff was going on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The trees and everything are up in the malls. The decorations are up in the malls. Everything. Like, Christmas comes early, as soon as, what is it? Our Thanksgiving is done. That's when.
No.
Halloween. Excuse me. As soon as Halloween's done,
Christmas
that's when
starts.
Christmas starts.
Yeah, for us, we try. But in the States, they get it kicked. Like Black Friday is when you do Christmas shopping and you stomp, trample, and murder to get what you need to start this Christmas season. Which I think it's awesome, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I wish we did it.
Christmas shouldn't start until December.
Okay, well,
There's a lot of people will debate this. I've seen people with trees already up in their houses, in their condos. I saw them up a week ago. Like, people have their certain dates that they do it every year. Go ahead and do it. There's no right, there's no wrong.
and it's in your house, so no one else will know.
Technically, there is no right and no wrong. But the right way is to do it is December 1st, you put up your tree.
No,
Wow.
January 2nd, you take it down.
Who wrote
That's
that
the right
rule?
way.
Who wrote those rules?
That's the rule. That's the rules.
What rule?
That's the unwritten rule
No, it's not, man.
that's always been since the beginning of time. Since they made this holiday.
Well,
up.
you know what? It's 2018, so we're really progressive.
And now you can do whatever you
you know
want.
what?
If you want to have Christmas all year, that's
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
That's okay.
You know what I say to that was? Sheesh.
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 Yo, we have Nash is drinking red wine,
Red wine.
wearing a LeBron jersey.
LA jersey.
It's
Just full support.
yeah.
Sheesh.
He's in full LeBron mode.
Full support. The way he's playing, I don't blame him.
Yeah, well, he's got a terrible supporting cast with him.
Hey.
So it's like he's really going full here.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later. Anything else? Anything going on this week for you guys? Nothing? Yay, something? Maybe a little something? Because we're together pretty much most of the day. Watching some Thanksgiving games.
Oh yeah, we let everyone know. Like this is
It's a holiday of sorts around here.
it is a holiday, but like I took it off work today to watch some football.
Mm-hmm.
We have one of our good friends is from out of town.
Corey's
here.
Corey-
Corey's here.
Yeah, so we
little-
all got together to watch the early game, watch some football. So other than that, like, there's not much this week. Like, it's kind of like, for me, working in the restaurant industry, we're kind of in that like space in between slow season and the holidays are about to come and smack us in the
Busy
face.
for the restaurant?
What's
Like,
that?
American Thanksgiving, is it busy for
No, because I mean, where I work, we're near like two very big corporations. One's Canadian, one's American. So we're kind of
take it off. Okay.
yeah. The Americans kind of half of their building take it off.
All right. Anything going on for you this week, Smythe?
No, this week's been rather quiet, I guess. Nothing crazy's happened. I did some nice like reading and video searching on Facebook this week. We'll wait for recommend warrants for that.
Oh, for recommend warrants.
Yeah, well, I just like had some like crazy like revelation stuff, which is nice. But other than that, nothing crazy's really happened this week. To be honest, everyone was getting ready just to take this Thursday off, so I worked. I'm currently working right now. Should I? No, it's 5:22. I'm done. But like, I didn't take the day off. I just like timed out after my first appointment, and like everybody's doing the same thing. So in Canada, we celebrate American Thanksgiving just as much as the Americans do. It's maybe not as important, but we take it off just the same.
See, this is what I don't get. Black Friday is a day for specials in the States. It's after a holiday.
We've adopted it now.
Adopted it?
Yeah,
no,
we
we've like
Kidnapped
like,
it.
Yeah,
Kidnapped,
we've
captured.
Thanksgiving it.
Because we
Yeah.
do. So for all you Americans, we did have a Black Friday. It's called
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
And
Which
we
is the
still
day
do that.
after. So we've basically taken that. I wouldn't be surprised if some American, because they actually do Boxing Day in Buffalo.
They don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't
in
care.
Buffalo,
Americans don't
but-
care about Boxing Day
I
in
wouldn't be surprised
Canada.
if they adapt Boxing Day too.
They
Maybe
will.
in Buffalo,
Yeah, they might.
maybe
Another
in
retail
like
day.
North Dakota, but not like LA will not do Boxing
But what
Day.
makes more sense? Thanksgiving is not an expensive holiday, really. You guys have a dinner, whatever, and you kick off Christmas season with a crazy spend off, or do you go after all the gifts are given out? You have a special like it's Walmart, right? Black Friday just makes way more sense.
No, actually, Boxing Day makes more sense.
No,
No.
Black Friday makes way more sense. Because if you're gonna give gifts for people, it's better to get them before than
Get
after
them cheaper.
Christmas. Yeah,
No, I meant as a retailer.
Oh, yeah, it's better for a retailer for
As a
Boxing Day.
retailer,
You're right.
Boxing
sure.
Day makes
People
more
Sure.
stop
sense.
shopping.
because
Yeah.
people are gonna buy gifts regardless, whether it's cheap or not.
Yeah.
And you're basically getting rid of
But
your inventory.
what
Yeah.
what gets me is that we in Canada are now embracing Black
yeah.
Friday.
Oh, we
but
love it.
we don't have any holidays to associate with it.
They don't care.
Well,
it's called
no.
shopping. That's a holiday.
Yes, but we
yeah,
have a
it's
Black Friday week,
consumerism.
right? It's one of those.
But
It is
that's
consumerism.
BS, man.
Well,
It is.
would you rather get your Christmas gifts on sale or rather get them at full price?
Well, I wanna what is Black Friday attribute to in Canada? It makes no
Nothing.
sense. They're
It's
just ripping it off.
it's just-
Yeah, but who
it's
cares?
just-
We just get stuff cheap. It just, that's
I know, but I'm saying, why don't we
There's
get the
nothing attached
holiday with it?
Yeah, there's nothing
oh, you were
attached.
like,
It's
did
like a
you
trade.
work
It's like a
today?
pack. I asked for it off.
So okay,
Well, we should all get it. That's what you say.
I get it.
Why
I get your
can't we
point.
celebrate this as much as the Americans?
I get it.
This should be the real Thanksgiving. I don't care. What
Although
the-
I did propose to you guys something that we should start a tradition of American Thanksgiving
no,
with
totally.
our friends. Yeah, I did
Like,
propose
I
that.
mean,
I think
you know,
next year we're gonna start that.
Like I've been saying this for the last 15
Start a
years.
tradition of American Thanksgiving.
No, we should.
What about our Thanksgiving?
I've been
No
saying
one
this
cares.
for the last 15
go to our
years
families.
since
We go
I've
to
been
our
able to drink.
Yeah.
I've been like, let's go to America or let's just celebrate it here.
So our Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, will be for our families, and then
Yeah.
the American one will be for the friends.
Yeah,
I get it.
Friendsgiving.
I'm totally
Friendsgiving.
down.
Actually, Aaron said that. Aaron suggested that name, Friendsgiving.
Who's Aaron?
I don't know. From the Aaron Moore movie podcast. From the Moore podcast. For the Moore podcast.
All right.
We don't have a baseball segment this week, so I want to ask you, Wells, did you hear about what's that company called that took over the red zone in Canada? Das Zone?
No.
Dazzin.
Okay, so I know what you're getting at.
Where am I going?
The Zone,
The Zone. Das Zone.
abbreviated as DAZN.
Yeah.
The Zone, Daz Zone, whatever.
Now they're doing kind of a red zone for
They
baseball.
they are now doing, starting this year, the next 3 years, they will do a red zone version for the MLB.
which
They're
I
gonna
think is a great idea.
a tremendous idea.
Fantastic idea.
You know why? You know why I think it's a great idea? For guys like you and guys like you.
I
100%,
knew you were
100%.
gonna come
No,
in
100%,
and use that.
And I don't make that an insult.
No,
I mean
100%.
it as like, it's going to be good for you guys because it's going to be. Now it's up to you to get the Zone.
Yeah.
If you want it, it's $20 a month. But what they're doing is 5 nights a week for all baseball seasons. So when the season starts until the season ends, Monday to Friday, before first pitch and after the last pitch, they will have a 7-hour show probably, which you can drop in and drop out, and they will only be showing you the highlights, clutch moments, milestones, whatever.
Now I don't think it's going to go as quickly as red zone because red zone's obviously a singular thing that can only happen in
Red zone's
NFL.
very straightforward, right? The ball isn't
Well-
in the red zone. That's where the important stuff
No,
happens.
the important thing about
But-
red zone is because most of the games in the NFL take place on Sunday.
If
Except for, like,
if
3.
you're familiar with in Canada with like court surfing
Which was a good idea.
and ice surfing too, is they kind of just like take you into a game at a time and will show you like pressure situations.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the first hour nothing's gonna happen other than like, okay, someone hit a solo home run or whatever. So what this is gonna do is basically on any given night, especially on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Fridays, which are going to be their big nights, there's going to be everyone plays on Wednesday, everyone plays on Friday.
Yeah, so
so
it's
you
gonna
will,
be like 10
you will
games
have
or so.
at least 13 games going on, right?
That's
Like,
great. That's great.
So for the casual fan, it's going to give them exposure to guys like Mike Trout, who is the best player in the league, but
no one knows who he is.
It's not that no one knows who he is, but he doesn't get he doesn't get the
exposure.
Yes, he doesn't get the exposure that he should. So it's going to open up stuff like that, but it's also going to expand people into certain aspects of the game that they don't follow as much, other than watching their 10-second highlights on TSN Sports Center or whatever.
Do you think people are going to watch this?
I think so.
Because you're not catching the home runs before they happen, okay? What you're going to have is you're going to have the bases are loaded, this guy's up to bat. Then he strikes out. 7 out of 10 times this guy's going to ground out, strike out, or pop out. Eventually, people are going to be like, this is boring. Red zone.
Hang on, sorry. It won't happen. That's what I said. It won't happen at the speed of red zone because all these games are happening.
Yeah.
For the most part, you see touchdowns and big plays.
Exactly.
Baseball, you'll get, this guy's going for a couple strikeouts in a row. Yeah. This guy hit a home run. Like, it'll go a little slower.
If it's a taker of highlights,
I'm curious
to
see what their approach is. So
you won't catch anything live.
But would you rather watch that, or would you want to rather a single game, Smythe?
I'd rather watch a single game.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Because you don't.
I don't watch a lot of games. And
they're pretty much all Jays games.
But who does?
Also, another aspect to this, which I think is very beneficial, is if you're into fantasy baseball, you can kind of just sit here and watch to see how your day goes.
Yeah.
So
hockey should probably adapt this or try to adapt this.
It's hard.
They do it one night a week on Tuesday nights. They call it ice surfing.
Is this NBC does this?
No.
And it's just power plays, basically.
It's Sportsnet.
Like what are they showing?
Yeah, ice surfing.
Oh, okay.
They do it just on Tuesdays because Tuesday is the most popular night of the week.
And is it all games. Highlights? Or
no,
is it?
same
it's just jumping in from game to game, and if there's like hockey's kind of hard because it's like
hard too. What are you gonna show?
It's timed, right? Like it's
so
timed.
Fluid. Yeah, so fluid.
Whereas like NFL is like when a team's in a certain area, NHL's going back and forth. You know what I mean? Like it's. I think it's just basically to please the ADD crowd, the current crowd. Exactly. It makes a lot of sense.
Court surfing was a Canadian idea, wasn't it?
Yes, it was done by the Score.
And the reason why it worked though is because basketball is consistent scoring, so you can just have a tight game and you have something to watch. And with football, you have 8 tight games, but you also know that inside the red zone, scoring plays are going to happen. It's easy to highlight what games to go to. And the problem with baseball, and what would be for hockey as well, is scoring happens at the drop of a dime, right? It's a 3-2 pitch, and the guy looks like he's going to strike out. Then, he catches one, and now it's a home run.
Yeah, football's kind of different because you can there's a lead up score. Like, you can see it, it's like, he's close, let's jump over that game. Yeah. I get you. I think it's a good idea, though. Wow. I'd be very interested to see how it plays out. All right, any recommends or warns, Smythe? Anything you got? Because you were all amped up.
This wasn't on our itinerary.
Recommend warnings on the itinerary?
No.
Oh. It wasn't?
No.
Well, too bad it's here.
It's too bad it's here. Anyway, go on.
I have a decent recommend. It's a little bit of a throwback because he has passed away. But do you guys know George Carlin?
Yes.
The comedian.
Yes.
Who died like 10 years ago.
Yes. Yeah. Like 4, but that's fine. Everybody, I think my recommend is to go back and just listen to him. I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day, and he was talking about, he was specifically talking about.
Wait, you listen to Joe Rogan?
Yeah, sometimes.
Who doesn't?
He comes in.
No,
anyway,
he doesn't listen to podcasts. That's what I'm saying, Wells.
Oh, he listens to our podcast.
Oh,
point
sorry,
is,
my bad. Yeah, you're right.
I'm a part of the anyway. So Joe Rogan, he was talking about the situation with Trump, where the parents are getting separated from their kids, the immigrants, and he was saying that like when someone has a primal cry for their child, 'cause the child's been taken away, it's a primal instinct to obviously cry and scream out for your kid, and if you're not for the union of families, then he doesn't want you on his team. His team is humanity in the basic logic of it. And then he went on to say, like, if you don't want people to have affordable health care, if you don't think people should have the right to vote, shouldn't have the right for a honest living, then he doesn't want you on his side.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was very powerful. And it reminds me, George Carlin said, George Carlin talked a lot about like how there's powers that be that are against general people having their general. So go back, listen to George Carlin. That's my like thing. Also listen to Joe Rogan, but more so go back and download and listen to Joe Rogan.
Why not?
I don't know. I just, I listen to about 13 podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like fitting them into my repertoire. Like I basically have to dump a podcast. Pretty much to fit it into
you should.
Podcast. Yeah. I probably should.
Joe Rogan is like super the male version of Oprah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really. Everyone loves him, and he's probably the number one podcast out there. I just Yeah, I gotta dump a podcast to finish.
Put him.
Yeah, let's sell your podcast. I'll tell you which one to dump.
Yeah. I made a post on Facebook today of Joe Rogan, and I said he's arguably one of the most likable people like on the planet. Just the way his brain works, sort of thing. And a lot of people were all over it, saying, he's a great. So yeah, Joe Rogan, George Carlin.
You ever worn?
No.
No worn. Who else?
You know what, man? I will immediately apologize. When I looked at the itinerary, I did not see recommended warrant on it, so I did not prepare
He had me
for
shook
it.
up because I went back. I was like, no, it's always there because it's like I just.
I mean, how many weeks do you not have it on there?
Never. No,
Never.
I don't know why I didn't see it.
So
So
we just
I do
blame
not have a
us.
recommended
Well, that's
warrant.
good for you because you probably.
You know what I
did
recommend?
itinerary.
American Thanksgiving. Embrace it. Enjoy it. You know what I warn? Canadian Thanksgiving.
All right, I got one warn, and I got a recommend warn. Recommend warn in one. I'm gonna go with my warn first. Weddings.
Wow.
Hang on, wait for it. Weddings. My warn is don't that too. Just don't do what you're quote unquote supposed to do. How many weddings have you gone to, Wells and Smythe, that afterwards the bride and groom is like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done that, or they're during the wedding it's like, I don't even know who that person is, I just invited him because my mom wanted to invite him. This and that. The wedding is supposed to be for you. It's your day. It's not your family's day. It's not this and that. It's for you. Do what you want to do. And stop. Because after it's done, you're going to regret, oh, I should have spent this. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have invited this person. I shouldn't have done that. That's what your day's going to be full of. Just do it for yourself. Do what you want to do.
You're both married, but in my brief period of planning a wedding, I was encountered with family members from each side trying to get people to come that I never even really knew or cared about. Yeah. And I was like, I'd rather have people I care about there, right? Like, I don't care about Aunt Edna in, Tecumseh. Like, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care about anybody in Tilsonburg. I don't see them. I don't care if they were there for my birth. Like, no offense to Aunt Edna in Tilsonburg.
You just, through them.
They're not your life. It's no fault to anybody else. It's just that's how life works.
I kind of disagree here.
Really?
I feel like your wedding is a showcase for your parents. Because, when you get married, I don't think... when you get married, you don't care if you get married or not. And I understand you love each other and whatever, but I feel like if you're going to be together, you're going to be together forever. But I feel like your parents want to showcase, that you're grown and you're committing and whatever, and it means a lot more to them in their age.
Now, it also depends on who's paying for the wedding.
True.
That's also true, too.
So if you and your wife are paying for the wedding, then you can invite whoever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, you should invite whoever you want.
You should be able to invite whoever you want. Now, you obviously take, suggestions, whatever.
Yeah.
But, now if, say, I've heard many people's whose, parents come in and they have money set aside to help their kids for a wedding. And they want to bring certain people in.
They pay for their guests.
I feel like that's a fair time to bring those people in.
Now, I grew up with a lot of Italians. And an Italian in the room right now shaking his head.
Half.
Half time. This is what they do. And I've gone to many Italian weddings, and they've always said something. I don't they'll be sitting there. It's like, I don't know who that person is sitting over there. I don't know who that person is. I don't know why they're here. I don't know who the person is. But that's all I'm saying. I took the approach of, for my celebration, I took the approach of, I'm only inviting people I'm close to and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I feel, and again, you might have had a different experience, Smythe, that I was better for it. These are my close people, and then I felt like I have a good time.
Yeah.
Now my recommend warn is Old Boy.
Oh, you saw it?
Come on.
You recommend the old version and you warn the new version.
No, I recommend and warn the whole thing.
Wow.
The whole thing.
I know where he's going with this. I've seen this movie so many times.
Tell me what was going on in the movie.
Why would I? Why would I?
You could at least warn me. So, shot amazing. Storyline's okay. It kind of starts off slow. Unfortunately, it was ruined for my partner last week. So that's why she walked out of the room. She's like,
what?
Yeah, it was ruined. She was listening to a podcast and they brought it up.
Oh.
So it was ruined for her.
It was our podcast.
No.
It
was
I would never spoil that for
you. And we'll discuss this off air because I was holding this in the whole time. I didn't put it on social media because I wanted to surprise Wells. I figured it out, but then something happened where I was like, okay, maybe it's not that. Then it came back around. I was like, oh my god. There's a big shock at the end, people. Just be prepared for it. That's all I'm saying. Just be prepared for it. That's why that's the Warren part of it. But the recommend is it's okay movie. It's shot very well. That scene,
The hammer
fight
scene?
Yes, the hammer scene,
Unreal.
that fight scene in the hallway, really good. The way it's shot, the way it transitions and stuff like that, very good. Oh my goodness, very good. I should probably get more into foreign films, but there's a lot of movies out there. There's a lot of movies. Apparently, like stuff coming out of the Middle East is really good. But anyway, Old Boy, recommend / Warren. The twist is really rough, but the movie in general is pretty good. I don't think you'll ever watch it, Smythe.
I might now. It's on Netflix, right?
He'll watch the American version. Have you seen the American version?
No, I didn't even bother.
Directed by Spike Lee. Trash.
Oh, I could imagine.
I didn't even find it. When did it come out?
2009.
There's a new version of Exodus that's out now. If you have an Android box,
What's Exodus?
Exodus is like where all the movies are they're all stored there. You can just go on and watch whatever you want. So
Oh.
I might try to pull it up tonight and check it out.
I thought that was the name of the movie. No, if you watch the original, it's 2003 version.
Yeah.
Hong Kong subtitles.
It's
Korean.
Korean movie.
My
It's a
bad.
Korean movie,
I
yeah.
don't know why I said Hong Kong. That's very racism. I apologize to everyone.
Yeah, so recommend Warren on that one. Finally watched it. Plus, now I'm going to put it on social media. I had to record a little bit. I'm like, I'm not going to put this up because Wells would see me watching it. So, and I can put it
What do you think about the squid scene?
Come on, bro.
Was that real?
Yeah,
Wow.
that was real.
Wow. I was watching the whole time. I was like, that could be real. That could be CGI. But I was like,
No,
wow.
it was entirely real.
He was pretty devoted to that then, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Crazy.
That guy won all the awards in like the Korean
Yeah?
Academy Award thing.
I was trying to see what else he was in. So, nothing I recognize. A lot of Korean movies. I think there's one American movie.
Yeah, he's in a couple more. I can't
Yeah.
remember off the top of my head.
But anyway. You guys want to get into your fantasy? Or you guys got that all out?
I
your fantasy?
don't want to talk about my.
You guys have been talking fantasy all day, so I just figured like you want to get something out.
That's-
Okay,
You know
guys
what?
got it out.
Yeah.
I just want to know what's your record, Wells?
What? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
man.
matter.
But what is it though? What is it?
Look, our fantasy league. If you don't make the upper echelon of the playoffs, it doesn't matter what your record is after that. All right.
So
It's what you do in the consolation.
Are you
bracket.
saying you're not in the upper echelon of the playoffs?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Guess
And
where
it's
I am.
happened to me before. Yeah, it's great, man. You know, good for you. You know, you inherited a team. Whatever.
You know what? That's all I wanted to say. I just
Corey,
wanted
you
to
want
say.
to talk about the fantasy?
Yeah.
He's also in the lower echelon.
Yeah.
You are. You're not in.
One win out of first place.
But you're still not in it.
One win out of first place.
Just like me, you're not in it.
Shout out to Corey visiting.
Yeah. Shout out to Corey from Denver.
All right,
You know what?
so
Screw that guy.
let's get into some sports.
Sports.
Let's go week 11 review. Right now we're kind of in 2 games into week 12 as well. But
One of the tough parts of doing a show on a Thursday.
yep. I was going to suggest.
Well, there's always a game happening while we're potting, anyways.
Yeah, there is.
Today there's 3.
Do you want to start with a Monday nighter, guys?
Really?
Start with whatever you want, man.
As advertised, wasn't
What
it?
that was just.
Like I
As
said,
advertised.
take the over.
Now
Now remember when Smythe said don't take the
I
over 'cause
know.
it's not going to happen?
I thought we weren't going to see that, but you know what? Do you know what the thing that made it great? You had defensive plays as well that made like both full team like crazy game. Like the offenses lit it up, but both defenses scored.
Twice by the Rams
Rams?
and one by the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. It was just crazy game. Like I couldn't. It was the best thing I've ever watched, and I will say
Why is it the best thing you ever
it is
watched?
the best regular season game I've ever seen in my
Talking
life.
about living in the moment.
Yeah, seriously. You are a millennial.
No,
Talking about living in the
That's
moment.
the most
sometimes
millennial thing you've ever said.
sometimes the best thing happens.
That's not the most millennial thing.
You know
you've
what
said.
though? I will not disagree with Smythe. I said shut the league down after this game. There's no need to see a better game this
I
year.
don't think I've ever asked you guys. Do you like this NFL now?
Yeah.
Look, that's
like the high scoring
that's
and-
not an entire portrait of what the NFL is this
No,
year.
but it's a lot of scoring.
But this is what it's going to be eventually. And you made up a good point earlier today when we were talking about the way the league's adapting and utilizing your team, your players and stuff. And with McVay and Goff and what they have on their team, they are years ahead of many other teams. And Andy Reid, you got to give him credit for adjusting. He's an old school coach, but he has all the talent in the world on his team, and
if you give him
he
the
kept
talent,
pace.
he
Like
makes
that,
it happen.
The fact that they kept pace on the road against that team, like it was.
Yep.
What they do at the line of scrimmage, like the running backs and everything, Hill is always open. I'm like, how is this guy always open?
There's so many
Because he's
guys.
so fast.
Yeah,
he's
so
the
he's
fastest
fast,
dude in the world.
and it's how they run their off the line of scrimmage and stuff like that. And you can see this is the same thing that's happening in the NBA too. Like teams are, the NFL is changing,
Yeah. Well.
and it's leaving some guys behind. Like we're watching Detroit right now,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you're watching him. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is not how you play now.
Well, if you look at it, because last year Travis Kelce wasn't this kind of a weapon.
Yes, he was.
Not like this.
Yes, he was.
I think he's gonna have his best season ever this year.
Look, his quarterback last year was Alex Smith, and Alex Smith cannot throw over 20 yards. So who's he looking at? 10 yards on the
Yeah.
field.
Kelce will be there every
Yeah.
time. But like,
As far as the numbers are concerned, yes, his numbers are going up.
I mean,
but
They're
he might have been
very
that same-
similar, though.
Yeah, he might have been that same.
Yeah,
he might
well-
have been the same player though.
well, I mean, you have Kareem Hunt,
Mhm.
right? You have Kelce and you have Hill, and it's just like one of those guys always will be open to get that football, and like it's scary how like hard it is for you to cover them. And I mean, it's only 3 guys. Other offenses have had 3 guys before, and I actually, to be honest, I don't think Mahomes is a superstar special talent. I just think he's very consistent. I think he knows who his people
I
are,
disagree
and he gets it to
completely
them.
with that. I disagree
Yeah.
with that completely. This is
Look,
a guy
he,
who
he had
Yeah, go
no sorry, I don't mean
Yeah,
to
go
cut you
on.
off, but like he has all the talent in the world. He just needs to get his mind right.
yeah.
Because
there's
you
a
saw
lot
how
of
he
times
closed out
tried-
that game.
Yeah, he tried a lot.
You
Well,
saw how he closed that game.
you
He
know
threw 2
what?
picks in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, but like that last one, like we were talking about, if you have 24 seconds and no timeouts left,
Oh,
you
what did
have
you
2
say?
plays.
He looked like he was going to throw
Yeah,
an
well, hey,
interception.
it's not
Whatever
like
that face is.
It's not like I didn't guess it right, but I'm saying with the time left in the game, you're taking a moonshot.
Yeah.
Either that play or the next play, it's a moonshot down the field.
But you know the good quarter, like not to say that he's not a good quarterback, but the experienced quarterbacks know who to throw to in that situation, as opposed to him being tunnel visioned
Drew
on
Brees
Tyreek Hill.
Drew Brees has one
Drew Brees,
interception.
Aaron.
I think he has one interception this year.
yeah, but he's never been down with 24
Yeah,
seconds.
I mean, I
left
won't
and no
disagree with
timeouts.
you.
Look it up. Hang on, keep continue. Go
He's
on.
never been behind with 24 seconds left and 0 timeouts on your 40-yard line.
Yeah,
It's
when
a
you're
totally
9-1,
different
it's
universe.
hard to be in that situation.
Right.
So he hasn't been tested like that.
Well, I mean, they were 9-1 before that game as well, so you can't even say
no,
that.
but I'm saying the situation he was in,
Yeah.
he hasn't been tested like that
No,
very
and-
much.
and
So
that-
he hasn't had that opportunity with the pressure.
I think no matter who you are, you're going to probably throw a pick in that situation, right?
Drew Brees has one interception.
What's
this
his completion percentage?
70?
If it's over 70, that's unreal.
It's expected. Drew Brees has been over 70 for the last couple of years in a row.
First is 44. Where's completion percentage? What am I looking at here?
76. 76.9.
Oh, 76. Sorry, there it is.
76.9.
It's crazy.
You know what? He's having one of the best years. But that
It's
Monday...
him and it's him. Oh, sorry. What's the coach's name?
For who?
For New Orleans.
Sean
Peyton.
Payton?
Sean Payton. Like those guys are just. They're like one person, man.
They-
They're
you know what?
They have it there. You know what I mean?
They've had a lot of years where it wasn't like this. And it's experienced
When?
together. Payton got suspended for a year.
Yeah,
remember?
he got suspended, but as far as them and his offense, it's been like this since they've been together.
No, not like this.
Oh, this is extreme because now they're taking full advantage of the rules.
This,
but
you know what?
but they always put up numbers.
This year and last year they've been stellar. They
They
were
always put
stellar
up
last
numbers.
year too.
yeah, they always put up numbers.
Yeah,
But anything else from that game? You guys want to talk about the Monday night?
we saw the best of the NFL. That was
Pretty good.
that was a showcase of what the league's best.
I've heard
is.
some people say it was an awful game. Another fuddy-duddy on PTI. Mike Wilbon, he's like, "Oh, this is awful because they're basically legislating defense out of the game," which is true. They are.
The defense has scored. What do you want?
Yeah, and there's
But-
a couple defensive plays, but
The best offenses in the league are gonna put up a lot of yards.
Mm-hmm.
The best offenses in the league played each other. That's what's gonna happen. But they had turnovers. The defense accounted for some of those points. At the end of the day, the offense has scored 30 something and 42 whatever.
give me scoring, man.
That's
I
what you
don't
care about,
Any sport, give me scoring. Give me scoring, and I'll watch.
right? Or give me great defense.
No,
Or give me-
I don't care about defense.
I like seeing the team can't score. His defense is still great. All dominant performances are great either way.
Give me great defense.
But-
I've been trying to rack my brain how to translate this to baseball, but I just can't
Can't do it.
really figure out any rule changes. Maybe we'll come up with a segment about that, but I can't really figure out any rule
Every
changes.
pitcher has to play for pitch 3 innings at least.
How to
change
get
it,
more
right?
offense in the game. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Anyway,
Every pitcher has to pitch 3 innings.
Yeah,
If you come in the game,
they
you got to
don't
throw
work.
3 innings.
no, they don't work. But anyway, well, that's for another segment. Anything else from week 11? The Colts seem like they're back.
The Colts look good, man. The Colts look
Andrew Luck's
really
good. You know what's crazy? It's what was bad about that team previous years because people they could never protect Andrew Luck. Now they have an offensive line that's protecting Andrew Luck, and look what's happening.
It's not even that. It's I think with Andrew Luck getting healthy,
Yes.
as in getting into a routine because he missed all of last year. So now he's getting healthy and getting into rhythm. They have their new coach, who is an offensive guru from Philly, who is looking like Philly's missing him a whole lot. It seems like everything is finally coming together for them. Granted, they haven't had the greatest opponents, but they're winning. They're winning the games they should. They're steamrolling people. They're just doing really well. And like Luck looks like he is in the upper echelon of the quarterbacks right now.
Well,
he's thrown for 3 TDs over 7 straight games.
He's back to form. Luck was good before he got hurt, and he looks like before he got hurt. Let's be honest. He was a top quarterback. He should have went to a Super Bowl. We won't talk about what happened in that. He just looks like he's in form, and when they're in form, this team's gonna roll. I don't know how good they are. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if they're better than the top 10 teams in the league.
They might make playoffs.
Right? Oh,
Their last 4, they've won 4 in a row. And the last 4 is wins against the Bills, Raiders, Jaguars, Titans.
Exactly.
They come up against the Dolphins, Jaguars, Texans. So they could make playoffs.
Well, they can finish the division in those 3 games right there, right?
Panthers, they went for it. They just went for the win. They didn't want to go into overtime.
They didn't trust their kicker. Their kicker missed 2 field goals and an extra point, right?
I don't know if they trust their defense. That's what I think. They didn't trust their defense going into overtime. I personally liked it. I'm like, because you know me, I'm always like, coaches are scared to actually go for it.
If you have the ball on the 2-yard line and you have Cam Newton, what do you do?
Why wouldn't you?
But
go?
what would you do?
What I didn't get here is, okay, you want to go for it, you're on the road, you want to win the game, fine, go for it. But there's still lots of time left on the clock.
Yeah.
So I get why they wanted to go for the lead. But, either way, whether you're winning or you're tied, you still have that time allowed for the other team to come back and score, right? Mm-hmm. And either way, it was going to go to a field goal if the team is going to beat you. So I don't know why you just didn't kick it.
Well, they had to get down the field, too. Well,
I know, but I'm saying either way. The team has to get down the field regardless whether it's tied or they're up by 1 if they convert the 2 point.
Yeah.
And they kick that field goal.
No,
and it was there because Cam was overthrew
there's
it, right?
less risk. Though he was open.
Yeah, Cam was overthrew it.
There's less risk in the kicking the field goal for sure. But my question is, if you have Cam Newton on the 2-yard line,
go for it.
Why is Cam not running the football in?
I don't know. Whatever.
It doesn't make any sense.
The pass was there though. The pass was there.
The guy was wide open.
He just overthrew it. So
But
I have no problem with it personally.
When you throw a pass in the NFL, and I know it's looking easy nowadays, but so many factors can happen.
with it.
The quarterback has to be open.
Yeah.
The guy has to get open. The quarterback has to make a good throw, and the guy catching has to catch. That's 4 different variables. When you're running the football, players must be blocking, and the running back must get in the end zone. If it's only 2 yards, and you have Cam Newton, you should be able to do it with Cam just catching the ball and running straight forward.
So here's my problem with that, and I know you liked it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it for several reasons, what I just said. But also, how do you not trust your defense against the Lions, who are not that good? Matt Stafford looked terrible.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford is their defense isn't that bad. They only held them to 20 points.
Well, he wasn't terrible.
That's because they can't score.
He wasn't terrible in that.
That's what I'm
game.
saying.
Yeah.
So you can't score. Their running back, who did most of the damage, left before the third quarter ended. Okay, so they had no running game.
Yeah.
So they don't have their best wide receiver after Golden Tate got traded. Jones Jr. is gone. Galladay is a great replacement, but there's less opportunity for them with their star running back out, and you're saying you can't trust your defense to stop them.
I think it was
to at least go to overtime.
I think it was more about the kicker and not about the defense. He missed an extra point. He missed 2 field goals. This guy doesn't have it today.
But Gano's a veteran.
I get it.
You figure come the crunch time, he would figure it out.
There's so many things they did wrong on that. And I was just like, you know what? You deserve this loss. Take your loss and head home.
Did you like the fact that they tried to go for it?
I don't mind going for 2, but I do think that your best option there is Cam Newton running for a touchdown. It's easy. You don't have to and you can figure out a play, scratch however you want it, right? Ben Roethlisberger can get 2 yards when he needs to win the game.
Yeah.
Why can't Cam Newton? And that's what I thought.
But you're also in that you're not going to win the division, so you need a wild card spot, right?
They are in a wild card spot right now.
I know, but you need to solidify that wild card spot. you'd rather than play someone like, I don't know, because if you're finishing 5th, you're probably playing the NFC East team, who's going to be Washington without Alex Smith, a bad Dallas team who's not that great, or okay, well, you play Aaron Rodgers, but like you don't know. Sorry, you might play Carson Wentz and the Eagles, who look terrible. They look lost. So like you're not going to win the division. It's gone. It's done. But maybe you want to get that 5th spot and face that NFC East team. So like, why are you not just trying to play it safe? Like. And trust your defense and trust.
I guess they're not. Yeah, because New Orleans is in their division, so they're not obviously not good. I feel like, to me, the Panthers feel. I don't know what you feel. They feel like they could be better than this record shows. They're better than their record actually shows.
They
I can make an argument that they probably could have won. They probably should have won this game.
They could be 9-2
in that first Falcons
game.
Yeah,
they could be 9-2.
Yeah.
But decisions like this are why they're not right, and that's fine. It's just that like now, like Well said, do they want that wild card spot? Because that's what they're playing for. They know they're playing for that. It's not like they're sitting there thinking they have a shot at winning this division. It's too late now, right? Like it's just the way it is. Even if New Orleans loses 2 games down the stretch,
it's come down to the 5th wild card spot. You're playing the NFC East team, or if you're in the 6th, you're playing the North. So who do you want to play?
Right.
Do you want to play? Do you want to play in Chicago, or do you want to play in Dallas or Washington?
Right.
Like, where do you want to play?
I would love to play in Dallas or Washington.
Exactly.
Or Philly.
So why don't you just take the odds?
Well, but what you were saying, the odds are they go into overtime and let dice roll then. Because Detroit gets the ball, they throw a bomb, game's over anyways. At the end of the day.
But that's just if that happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Cam doesn't miss that throw, we don't have this conversation.
Yeah. Alex Smith went down. Did any of you guys actually watch the injury?
I saw it on replay.
Disgusting.
Lord have mercy.
I can never watch these things. So, Alex Smith went down.
His leg broke.
Leaving Washington without their starting quarterback.
They have Colt McCoy, bro.
Still have Colt McCoy. Right now, they're playing against Dallas right now.
They're about to go down 17-7.
10-7. So, most people think that the NFC East is a little bit more open now.
So my Giants pick doesn't look that bad.
You texted into the group saying, "Oh, the Giants are still in it.
Giants still got a chance."
So rumor has it, after this week, beat writers in New York were talking about how they still have a chance to make the win the division.
They do though.
Yes,
they're 2 games out,
and they play against a lot of teams in their division.
So they're playing Eagles, Bears, Skins, Titans, Colts, and Cowboys.
Yeah, so they have 3 more games against teams in their division.
Every game is winnable down the stretch for the Giants. Yes,
it's the Giants.
Yeah,
go over the schedule.
Eagles, Bears, Washington.
Where's the Bears game?
Versus the Bears at Bears.
Okay, that's a loss.
Sorry. That's at New York. Excuse
me. That's a win.
At Washington, and they face the Titans. Then they go at Colts, and they face Cowboys.
If they're in the schedule,
the way they're playing right now, it looks like they can win a couple of those games. But it's the Giants.
If they run the table, they'll be 9-7. You don't think 9-7 doesn't win the division?
Yes, it will.
The toughest. There's 2 tough games on that schedule.
There's a lot of tough games.
Chicago's coming. No, division games. Rest. If you win your division games, okay. If they win division games, I think they're in no matter what. Yeah. But you have a Bears game that's tough. You have a Colts game that's tough. The rest of them are division games. So if you take care of your division and you pull one of those
Titans
2 off,
you're good. Kind of like a flip a coin and see who.
Well, that's what the Titans are. They're a flip a coin team.
Flip a coin.
And if you get hot, you can steamroll the Titans. If you get hot, and by the time they get there, they'd be hot. The Giants can do it. I do think Dallas has together more than them, though. Not because I picked them at the start of the year.
Dallas is another team. I'm like, I hate this division so much. It's so bad. I hate it so much.
This year, hey, last year produced a Super Bowl champion. This year, it's not so hot.
Last year was bad. It was only the Eagles. It was only the Eagles out of that division.
But they were the best team in the league. So
now the Cowboys have. So right now they're playing Washington. They have Saints, Eagles, Colts, Bucks, Giants. They have a more favorable schedule than.
Well, they have a guaranteed loss, and they have a bye week, right?
And then Colts probably another hard one, but Eagles, who knows? I don't know, man.
They can lose.
Washington could still kind of hold it together.
No,
I mean if Cowboys win this game,
If they pull this off, then maybe they can do it. But
Yeah, maybe they can do it.
I don't see there any chance of them winning anything else this
It's
season.
probably, and I hate to say this, it's probably the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's probably the Cowboys, and Wells is shaking his head so much.
He's
But
like,
you hate
the-
to say it. You
it's
hate
the
to say
Giants.
It's probably the Cowboys.
And
You know what? That's the safe pick.
yeah.
You know me. Let's roll the dice, baby. Let's get
Nah.
bold. Let's go Giants. New York Football Giants. Come to fruition. My plan
Oh
from
my
the start of the year.
God.
I knew this was gonna happen.
And
It's like the Jaguars.
out of all the teams in the NFC, if I had a team to surprise an actual good team in the playoffs, I pick these Dallas Cowboys as well.
I don't know why, but like they're just gonna get to the playoffs by default. But anyway, anything else you guys want to touch on? Steelers comeback.
I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
It's just. First of all, I called it. After I called it, there's a contract.
call it?
There's a contractor at my house, and the score was 16-0.
If you didn't
At the
call it on
time.
this podcast, it doesn't count. You
Right.
didn't call anything.
But I was like, listen, A, it's the Steelers, and B, the Jags look like they're just trying to get away with this win. They're running, kicking the football, and Roethlisberger he's really good, and he just switched sides of the field apparently because Antonio Brown was locked down. They just threw the other way, and game over. Steelers are great.
I purposely avoided this trailer. I purposely avoided that trailer. Well, show me a trailer of the live action Lion King movie. I'm not watching any of those movies. I'm not watching.
Not wow. Jungle Book was good. Beauty and the Beast
I
sucked.
didn't watch it. I'm not going to watch any of those movies. Anyway, that's it from the NFL. Anything else you want to touch on, Wells, from the NFL?
Yo, the Steelers won. Never in doubt, guys. Never in doubt.
Wow.
Whatever.
That's why you play 60 minutes. You don't play
Whatever.
45. You don't play 46. You play 60 minutes, and the best team after 60 minutes wins. And they did it, man.
Wow.
They did it.
And they're going to win this division. And
So much
Jacksonville
trash.
continues that quick
Oh my
tumble
god,
down the
man.
hill.
Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. But the Steelers are now fighting for the second. Hey, not only the second, but now the first overall.
They're a
After the
half
Chiefs
game
losing?
out of first.
Yeah.
So they're right now they're holding a wild card or a bye, right? They're number two.
They're
right
number
now.
2 right now.
Yeah, best overall record in the NFL is Rams, New Orleans, KC, Pittsburgh, and then Chicago. Who would call
Well,
that?
Pittsburgh's better than Chicago because they got
Doesn't
a
matter.
one.
They're in different
They have a tie.
conferences.
The tie's better
Yeah,
than
I'm
loss.
just saying overall records.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Overall
So Pittsburgh's better than
Yeah.
the Bears.
All right. Power rankings, Smite.
About time, bro.
Some power
The
rankings.
thing about the power rankings is like this week they don't really change that much.
Yeah, they probably should.
But I have a 5th place tie. Can I do that or no?
It's your rankings,
Your
man.
rankings.
You
Texans
do whatever you want.
and the Bears. Now the Bears only because we just watched them win again at 8-3 without their quarterback. They got it done. It didn't look pretty. Don't get me wrong. Defense did score a touchdown as usual.
On a shortest week possible.
Yep, on a short week, which is why the quarterback probably didn't play. If it was Sunday, I bet you Trubisky would have
Yeah,
played.
it's true.
And the Texans, I'm now going to officially say this: Deshaun Watson is who we thought he was, and he's not. It's not even pretty, but he understands how to win football games now. You see the evolution in his game. The torn ACL has him in a bit. He's not running around back and forth, whatever. But he's a legitimate quarterback, and once he has the confidence to use that knee again, they might do damage in the playoffs. They might surprise somebody in the playoffs. Steelers, with that comeback, they sit in 4th only because they're so good. They don't look great. Don't get me wrong. They don't look great. But,
I might disagree. I might have brought them up maybe to 3rd on the power rankings, but that's just me.
right? But if you pick one team that you think could go into Pittsburgh and beat the Steelers right now, that's not the top 3.
Go into Pittsburgh?
And beat the Steelers right now.
I wouldn't pick the Patriots to do it.
Right?
I think the Patriots would lose.
I wouldn't pick anybody.
But KC doesn't have to worry about that because they would have to go to them.
You're talking about top 3, though.
Outside the top 3.
Yeah.
Oh, outside the top 3. Sorry, I missed that.
That's why they're number 4. I can't think of anyone that can go to Pittsburgh and beat this team right now.
Yeah, you're probably right on that.
They're performing that
Other
well.
than.
Who?
I was segueing it to your third pick.
Oh, it's your top 3.
Sorry.
KC fell down, man. They lost the big game. They dropped to number 3. They're number 3 last week too, so I guess they stay at number 3.
I was gonna say that.
They don't really go anywhere, so it goes number
And they
2
beat Pittsburgh earlier this year.
The first
so
team in NFL history to score 50 points and lose
and
a
not
game.
win the game, right? Number 2, it's the Rams, And that's because they lost the showdown to number 1. Right now, I'm just going strictly by head-to-head matchups. Head-to-head, the Rams beat KC, but head-to-head, the Saints beat the Rams.
No,
So
the Rams. Sorry, my bad.
right?
Yeah, right.
So
yes.
I gotta go Saints 1, Rams 2, KC 3. It's a very boring power rankings, but I gotta go with what's right.
Well, you have a tie. That's all
Right.
that makes it a little
So maybe in a couple of weeks we'll have some change. San Diego fell out. I have my major honorable mention is the Dallas Cowboys because I feel like they've gotten it together. They're squeaking out wins when they need to. This division is super tough, and it looks like they have the grit to get it
To
done.
put anyone in that division in any kind of power rankings is kind of
I-
a joke.
you know what?
Because I will pick many other teams that would probably beat the Cowboys.
But Dallas went into Atlanta and held them under 20 points.
Atlanta's not playing well this year.
I know, but they held Atlanta under 20 points,
It's hard.
which is hard to do in their own stadium.
I think the Cowboys are getting it together, and with the way
To
you
win the
said
division, yes.
the rest of
Yeah.
their schedule is, they have a chance to finish with 10 wins. 10 wins is a decent football team. And that's assuming they win today. Like, they might not win
Which
today.
they should.
So,
They'll finish
right.
with 9
Right.
or 8 points. 9 or 8 wins is going to win this division.
Yep, at least 9.
I think the NFC East has never gone to a team that's won 8 games. So it'll definitely be 9.
I think 9 is. Like
It'll
the
most
lowest,
likely be 10, though.
But whatever.
And it's
Yeah.
gonna be the Giants.
It would run the table the rest of the year to get to 9. So, so that's my power rankings this week.
Power rankings. All right. Let's get into some picks, but first of all, let's talk about last week.
Let's do it.
So Wells, you went 2-3.
Yeah,
Smythe, you went 4-1, and I went a measly 5-0.
yeah.
Just measly.
Good job, man. Good job. I gave you props.
Are you bowing? Is that what you're doing?
I am bowing, but also saying I came back. I
very
revenged,
impressive.
I avenged my previous week of 0-5.
Now on the year, Wells, you were 33-22. Smythe, you were 31-24, and I am 34-21.
So
Wait, I'm still
Nash,
losing?
Yeah, Nash is up by 1 on me.
Just by one. And in time zone games, Smythe, you are 1-3. 1-3.
I think I have one this week, so.
Oh, okay. All right. That's great. All right, so let's get into some picks. So we got Seahawks at Panthers. Panthers are -3. Wells, who do you got? Who do you got in this one? Panthers
Carolina.
Carolina. At home.
I hate them,
That
man.
must be the first pick you've ever picked, Carolina.
I feel like you picked this on purpose because you know how much I hate Carolina. But coming off that loss last week against the Lions, who are feeble, and they must win this game. They must win this game to get that 5th seed.
Why don't you say, okay, if they want the 5th seed, yeah.
No,
to get
look,
the playoffs, I don't think it's a must,
division's out,
Yeah.
but like I said, they need that 5th seed. They need to play the NFC East winner. It's their best chance right now.
Yeah.
So I will take the Panthers in a must. I'm not saying it's a must-win game, but they should win this game.
Other way.
Really?
So this game is for that first playoff spot, that wild card spot. So if Seattle wins this game, they move into the wild card, and
It's a great game. It's a good
Carolina will actually fall out. Seattle's been playing better and better and better as the weeks go on.
Yes.
Carolina's playing worse and worse
I'm
and
telling
worse.
you guys, watch
and
out for their defense, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, gotten a little back. They're not like the best, but
They're
gotten a
getting
little bit
they're
back
getting
form.
better, right? So I think last week, if you know Cam Newton, he's a bit of a suck. Cam Newton doesn't have a disappointing showing, come back and play better. He actually plays worse. So I think Seattle's going to walk in there and stomp them.
Is this a proven fact?
Yes.
I don't know if that's proven.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's proven, but whatever.
Hey,
Anyway,
he went to the Super Bowl, sucked up, and hasn't been back since. Hasn't even been close.
Okay.
Hasn't even been close since.
is
This,
that your definition of it?
this is the
Yes.
first year they've been decent since then, and it's fallen apart.
They were decent last year.
No, they weren't.
I can't remember.
Who they play in the playoffs?
Did they make the playoffs last year?
That's right, they did not. So I think that the follow continues, and this is the game. So I think Seattle beats them down, and then Seattle takes their spot in the playoffs.
All right. I'm going with Panthers. They got to win. I think they're just offensively they're better. Who's that new offensive coordinator got on the Panthers? Do you know? Who was it?
Nope.
No. Anyway, got a
You
new offensive
don't
coordinator.
know?
So anyway, they got a new offensive coordinator. He's really clicking with Cam. They're not going to make the stupid, silly mistake that they did last. Well, it's not a mistake. I don't think it was a mistake, but I think they're just going to win this game. Giants at Eagles. We got Smythe.
Philly's gonna kill them.
Kill them.
Yeah, it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown spread.
Kill them. He said this last week.
They're gonna cover it easily. Come on.
Who do you got in this one?
Wells has to.
You have to take the Giants, don't you? You have to take the Giants. The smile on his face, he's like, I have to take them down, don't I?
This is just.
I'm taking the Giants, but reasons why are Philly are in turmoil. They're a bad team.
Very much so.
They are not good. They are lost. They got whooped last week in New Orleans. Absolutely whooped because their team gave up on them. They are done. Give me the Giants. Money line and the spread.
All right. I'm going with the Eagles. 49ers at Bucks.
Why is this a game?
Who do you got?
Why are we even choosing this game?
Because it's tough to pick.
This is actually a tough pick.
Why
This
is
is
this
a
a
tough pick.
choice?
Because it's a tough pick.
Who's at home?
You lead
And the
off.
Bucks are
Minus
3.5.
three.
Minus 3.5.
Let me start again. Who's playing quarterback?
Who knows? Who knows?
For the Bucks.
Nick Mullins versus Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston's playing. The Bucks will win this game.
And you know Fitzpatrick will probably close it out.
The Bucks will win this game.
Really, eh?
Yeah. Unfortunately for the Niners, they're just that bad. Like they
So are the
don't
Bucks.
have any talent. But at least the Bucks have talent. Like with San Fran, it's hard to even say who's catching the ball, who's throwing the ball, who's running the ball. At least I know those guys are in Tampa Bay, and I feel like they run into a string of bad luck by playing the wrong guy.
I think you're right. You are right. There's more. If on paper, it looks like there's more talent on Bucks.
Not looks like there's more talent in the Bucks on paper.
There's
Yeah,
more.
more talent than Bucks on paper. How's that turned out for them this year?
Not good.
Not well.
Yeah.
3-17. 3-7. Excuse me.
But I
3-7.
think they might have rode Fitzmagic too long.
Yo, he's. Anyways.
you don't tell
Who are you taking?
49ers.
Yeah, me too.
49ers. Well, else I was taking the 49ers. Steelers at Broncos. Steelers at Broncos. Who do you got in this one? Wells? Oh, I see in his face. He doesn't want to take the Steelers. But
the Broncos take.
I have watched the Steelers team go into Denver before and lose several times. I don't like this matchup for the Steelers.
Nope.
I'm taking Denver.
Denver. Who do you got in this one, man?
Joking. I'm taking the Steelers, man. Did you really think I would bet against my
Riding
team?
the waves,
Did
son.
you really think I'd bet against the Steelers? They're going to steamroll these dudes, man.
Where's Pittsburgh?
Who is
What do you
that?
mean, where's this Pittsburgh?
Is that Fergie?
Where's Pittsburgh?
Is this a time zone game?
Yeah, where's Pittsburgh? Where's Colorado?
No,
That's
time zone game for
All I'm saying is a time
Yeah,
zone
but what
game.
time is the game at?
The game's at 4, which means it's 1 o'clock Denver. It's not really a time zone
it's
game.
not.
But I'm taking it as a time zone game because they got to travel. They got to go mile high. Ben don't play good at mile high.
This is not a true time zone game
Why?
because
For you, it has to be at 1 o'clock. They don't never play at 1 o'clock in the West Coast, though.
No, I know, but it's the West Coast team traveling to the East Coast playing at 10 o'clock their time is considered a true time zone game. This is not a true time zone game.
So I can't take a time zone. I'm still taking Denver. So
If you want to call it that, go ahead. The real true time zone game
Those
is
when the West Coast
Oakland
comes
going to
east.
Baltimore this year, but that's not on.
this
All right. I'm
Okay.
Also,
Wait,
go on,
sorry.
go on.
Hold on.
Yes.
You took Seattle.
Yeah.
They're playing in Carolina,
yeah.
which is 10 a.m. Seattle time. I don't get it. You're not usually doing that.
Where's Carolina?
Carolina's the same time zone as Eastern,
Yeah, they're going east.
but you took Seattle.
I
You
know.
already picked them. You can't
It's
switch.
too late.
It's too late now.
So for my time zone game, I'm going to take Carolina. Then.
I'm also taking the Broncos. If you look at all the big teams, KC, Rams, and their losses, who was it against? The Broncos. The Broncos.
No, KC didn't lose to the Broncos.
They barely won. But they
Yes.
it was a
Was
very
that, no, wasn't that the game they scored 29 points?
It was close.
And they won?
It was close.
yeah they won. It was very tight.
I'm not the-
And they came back. Mahomes came back in the fourth quarter.
I'm going to look that up for right quick. But anyway, I'm also going to take the Broncos. And our final game on the docket is the Red Blacks versus the
Yes.
Stampeders in the
Yes.
Grey Cup.
We've covered 0 CFL games to this point.
That's fine. Taking place in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Wells, who do you got for this one? This is the Stampeders' third time in 3 years, I believe it is.
That's right.
Yes, and they've lost the last two, including 2 years ago they lost to.
And this is the third time in 5 years. No, fourth time in 5 years.
So the Red Blacks lost last year in Ottawa to the Argos.
Yes.
The year
27,
before.
24.
No, the Stamps. You mean?
No.
No,
Yeah,
sorry.
you said the Red
Sorry,
Blacks.
my bad. Stampeders lost last year to the Argos in Ottawa. The year before they lost to the Red Blacks.
39.
This year they get it done. I'm taking the Stampeders. They will not lose 3 years in a row. They are not the Buffalo Bills of the CFL. They will
Yeah,
win.
it might be.
Right?
They might be.
Maybe.
What do you got in this one?
I have the Stamps. I have it in a close game though. I feel like Calgary's been dominant for so long that this time they're going to be like. Remember when the Spurs played Miami that second year in a row? And like this year we're going to get it done, and they went and just like stomped on them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Calgary's going to stomp on the Red Blacks this year. Harris, Red Blacks quarterback. You guys would know.
I think that's right.
Yeah, he's new to the show. It'll be his first Grey Cup. He's happy to be there. No one on Calgary's happy to be there. They're going to be happy to win. I think it's going to be a beatdown.
Just for clarity, the Kansas City Chiefs lost to the Rams and the Patriots. They did not lose to the Broncos.
Yep.
I'm also taking the Stampeders. Stampeders can score. Actually, Red Blacks can score too, as well. You guys basically said it.
So you took everyone I took.
Beat virtually
I
everyone.
did?
Yeah, you're going to have a rough week this week, which is good
No,
for
I
me.
picked the
My,
Broncos. You
it's
picked
good for my
Steelers.
comeback.
You picked the Broncos. I picked the Steelers. And you picked the Giants. And I picked the Eagles.
Yeah, everyone else in the
New
world
York
picked the Eagles.
Football Giants.
All right, that's it. And Wells, you have a pro line ticket for us.
Yeah, I do. So I'm sorry about last week, guys. We were close on a couple games, but it didn't fall to fruition.
Where'd you go last week?
I forget, but it didn't
Weren't you
win.
supposed to keep track of this, Smith?
No.
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
you
you
were
actually did
you
say
said
you
you
were
were
gonna
keeping
keep track
track.
of it.
Oh, you know what? I will keep track. 0 for 1 in pro line tickets.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep track of this week, all right? Write it down. I got same thing, 5 teams on the point spread. So this is a times 20 multiplier. So if you bet $5, you can win 100 if all these 5 teams cover. I got Buffalo covering against Jacksonville +4. I got the Bengals -3.5 against the Browns. Bengals are due for a win. I got the New York Football Jets covering +10 against the New England Patriots.
Are you doing a point spread?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Can we go back to the Bengals con?
Listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
and you can read now.
All right.
okay. Let me just review that. Buffalo +4 against Jacksonville.
Yep.
Cincinnati -3.5 against the Browns. Jets +10 against the Patriots. Eagles -4 against the Giants. and the Ravens -11 over the lowly Raiders.
Lowly Raiders.
Lowly Raiders.
So if
All
you
right.
bet $5, you get 100. If you bet $20, you get 400.
It's a
Hopefully you can
$20
win some
bet.
people some money. Hopefully you can win some people some money. All right, moving on. I got a top 5 this week. Top five. So I'm going to go top 5 female actresses that I'm into right now.
When you say into,
I enjoy, like, I don't know about you guys, but right now,
Yeah. What do you mean into?
oh, can't
what
say
do you
that.
mean into?
when, I don't know about you guys, right now, there are a lot more female actors or actors that I would rather watch than males. If I see that blah blah blah's on the screen, I'm like, okay, I'm watching that movie. A lot more than male. Like Chris Pratt, I'm not running to the theater to watch Chris Pratt.
It's funny because he was the top 5 Chris a couple years
Obviously
ago.
he's a top 5 Chris.
Hey. Things change.
Obviously he's a top 5 Chris. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go see his movies.
Yeah, things change. Right?
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go run see. Would you go if you saw The Rock? Would you go see his movies? No,
No.
Have you seen any of The Rock's last 3 movies?
I haven't seen any of his Rock movies.
In the comfort of my own house.
I watched
yes.
Jumanji. That was it, though.
I should probably watch that one.
I didn't because Kevin Hart sucks.
He's pretty funny.
And this is where we're at right now.
Yeah, exactly. See what I mean? All right, so top 5 female actors or actresses I want to watch right now. Number 5, Brie Larson.
No, come on.
Brie Larson. Now, did you watch Room?
Yes.
I don't know what that means, Wells.
It's just called Room.
If you did you watch? Sorry, Room, not The Room. Room. Room, she's pretty good in. Again, I don't know what that means. The Trainwreck. Did you guys watch Trainwreck? She's pretty funny in it. She has a small role, but she's pretty funny in it.
She's the girl in Community, right? Just let's.
She was in Community a couple episodes.
I never watched Community. King Kong, it was a really, really crappy role for her. And she is coming into the new Captain Marvel movie. So I'm very excited to watch that. So Brie Larson, number 5. Number 4, Emma Stone. Emma Stone, La La Land, Easy A's, basically I think where she broke out at. She was in The Help, she was in The Birdman.
But you gotta mention Superbad.
Oh yes, and Superbad
which
as well.
is like one of the best movies of all time.
She also played opposite. What was the movie on Netflix?
Jonah Hill.
Yes. Maniac.
Which again circles back to Superbad because they were both together.
Yep.
In Superbad.
Well, hey, that's where they found the chemistry.
All right, so Emma Stone. Did she get nominated for La La Land? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got nominated.
Why didn't you mention her in Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man?
No.
No, she was good. She was good. She's probably one of the better parts of that movie. Or the series of movies. Number 3. No, sorry. Yeah, number 3. Why don't I have this? Oh, there it is. Number 3, Jessica Chastain. Zero Dark 30. Again, I don't know what that means, Wells. Zero Dark 30. And the latest role I saw her in, Molly's Game, that's when I was like, yes. Like, she is... I do have a little bit of... Any of you guys watch Molly's Game?
No.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Don't spoil it. We're never going to watch it.
No, I have a little bit of beef.
I want to watch it.
Yeah,
don't spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it. I have a little bit of beef with that. She was also in her
Is she Molly?
Yes, she is Molly. Yeah, Molly's Game.
Oh, Molly's Game. I've seen that.
With Idris Elba?
Yeah, she's awesome in that.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, it was. Number 2, Charlize Theron. Don't really need to say any more about that. Amazing actress.
How did you feel about Atomic Blonde?
It was good. It could have been done better.
I felt weird watching Atomic Blonde.
What
Did
it was
anyone else feel weird about it?
I didn't feel weird. Because the last fight scene there, at
Yeah.
the end, that was pretty good.
But like the violent nudity in the beginning of it, like it was weird.
Oh, easy, man.
Easy with that.
I'm just saying what I saw and how I felt uncomfortable
She
with
got her
it.
butt kicked all over in
Yeah.
Mad Max, but she was awesome in that.
Mad Max was amazing. That's the difference.
Mad Max, another one. She's going to come out with Furiosa pretty soon. Monster. Do you guys remember that movie? Monster,
Yeah.
where she can basically completely transform. What I like about Charlize Theron, she can completely transform herself.
Well, you're forgetting about Fast and the Furious 8.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course, with the dreadlocks.
Yeah, she is actually a fantastic actress. Like,
Fantastic.
when
And
she
then-
shows up on screen, you're like, okay, good things are happening.
Yeah.
Can I guess number 1?
I'm gonna throw out some honorable mentions, then you can guess number 1.
Okay.
Amy Adams, who's robbed for an Oscar nomination. I don't know why she's in these Superman movies. It's trash.
Martha.
Viola Davis. I loved her in Fences.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I really want to see Widows.
Yeah, that's good too.
See, I'm not really sold on it. It doesn't. I might watch it like when it comes out. But anyway, Natalie Portman. Fantastic in Annihilation. Can you guess number 1?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Wow.
Can you guess number 1? Smythe.
No.
No, eh?
I'm like, I just can't catch
Oh, you're way
it.
off. Tessa Thompson.
Ooh.
Again, I don't know what that means. So she's in the she's in Creed. Obviously, she was in Guardians of the Galaxy. That was fantastic.
Annihilation.
Annihilation. I think she was the best part of Annihilation.
Sorry to bother you. You guys
seen
have?
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
I recommended it earlier this year, guys.
Have you seen it?
No.
So good. So good. And now she's going to be in Men in Black.
Creed 2.
At Creed 2, I'm not really sure. But Men in Black, at first when they announced they're going to remake Creed 2, Men in Black, I was like,
Remake?
Yeah, it's her in
Reboot.
Reboot, sorry.
With girls?
And Thor.
No, it's her and Chris Hemsworth.
Nah.
At first I was like, that's going to be stupid. Now I heard it was her. I was like,
you're
okay,
like,
now I'm
now
on
I'm gonna
board.
watch it.
Now I'm on board. So Tessa Thompson, she's my absolute favorite right now. Anything she's in, I'm watching.
You're
100%.
No honorable mention to Jennifer Lawrence, eh?
I don't think she's
No,
that good.
man. Dude,
She's not that
what
good.
was she in that you were like, oh my god, she's so amazing?
Did you see Mother?
No, I didn't see Mother.
Yeah.
But I heard it's kind of weird though. So I don't know.
Yeah, but like she's like ridiculous in it.
But as
It's
far as acting is concerned, is there
Yeah,
something
like,
you-
she's
no,
ridiculous in it.
Besides Mother, like what have you like something like? Well, yeah.
I don't know anything she's ever been in. Did you ever see American Hustle, Winter's
I don't like that
Bone?
much. I don't like that much.
She's just a great
Winter's Bone's
actress.
good. Yeah, Winter's Bone's good. I'll give you that one. Yeah, she's good, but I'm like, there's just more I'd watch.
I just
I don't recall any movie that Tessa Thompson was nominated for an Academy Award for.
She was not.
Or won.
But you watched Annihilation. You liked it.
Yeah, but she wasn't nominated for anything.
She was hilarious.
Jennifer Lawrence nominated for an Academy Award for.
Are you doubting the top
Silver
5?
Linings
Is that what you're
Playbook?
trying to do?
No.
Silver Linings Playbook was great, by the way. Anyway,
Hey man, I'm just you know
I
what?
think that was more Bradley Cooper than her.
that was a
okay.
good movie.
Yeah.
Look, man, it's your top 5. I'm not trying to hijack it. It's your top 5, man. I'm just trying to put in some points.
You can debate it.
That's what it's there for, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's a conversation starter.
That's exactly what it's there for.
Tessa Thompson, I got nothing against her, man. Story to Bother You was a great movie, man. She was amazing in that.
Oh yeah. You should watch that. It's fine.
Takes a crazy turn about halfway, but
Oh yes. It's actually kind of funny. Whatever. All right, so that's my top 5. Let's get into some NHL talk.
Let's talk hockey.
Some NHL.
we don't really talk NHL much on this podcast.
Well, since I left and I came back, I said I was going to save it for this week because there's quite a bit of build up now. Because I don't.
Can I have my pen back, man?
Go right ahead.
Thanks,
Here's your pen.
You're one of those guys who just like
Just next thing you know, it's
like
gone.
you got a pen there. What do you need my pen for?
Yo, I feel like Corey's just ruining my KD ratio in Call of Duty right now. Is
No,
that-
man, he's killing it. He's doing great.
I'm happy.
All right, Leafs.
What do you want to talk about, Leafs? What do you want?
No Austin Matthews, but yet we got Gardner.
Yep.
Gardner, Tavares.
Really,
and...
Gardner's the guy you're leading off with.
Hang on, Gardner, Tavares, and who am I missing here?
Marner.
On
Riley.
the top.
You didn't say Riley.
We have Riley.
Sorry, Riley. Sorry, what? I said Martin. Sorry,
So
Riley.
Garner's out.
Sorry,
Because Marner, Riley,
No,
Tavares.
Riley.
Matthews, no cry.
Yeah.
and
Well,
they're all in the top 10 in
Yes.
points.
Yeah.
Yes.
With
Marner's
no Austin
fourth.
Matthews. Sorry, I meant to see it and then say Riley. Crazy. Without Austin Matthews and without that guy that they're having some issues with.
yeah.
That guy.
William.
Who?
Bill.
Bill Nylander.
Do you think they call him Bill in Switzerland?
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy.
I'm a bit perplexed,
How?
but I kind of understand it because Jonathan Tavares is as advertised. He is a top line center. So as long as you have a stable team behind him, you're going to win a lot of games.
Stable team. Marner's killing it right now.
Marner's playing alongside him. That's a
If
top line.
Marner went to the Leaf brass and says, "I want to be paid just as much as Tavares," would you shake your head?
He's going to have a 90-point season this year, and he's going to ask for it.
I mean,
That's
would you
gonna be
shake
it.
your head? Would you go? No, you're not worth it.
Well, Draisaitl is
Draisaitl's gonna make an argument
Right.
for that too as well. But for a lot of money.
yeah, but overpaid.
But Marner's killing it right
He's
now.
not, man, because Draisaitl's tearing up this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing well.
There's a lot of Leafs that are gonna make it really tough.
When Kyle Dubas said he's going to sign all 4 of these guys, I thought he wasn't confident in how he said it. Now that I'm watching it happen, I'm less confident. And that's...
You can't. Well, you can't.
Hey, he said what he said, so I got to hold him accountable to what he told me when he picked up the microphone. And all I'm saying is it's looking even harder now that this year started. Because what are you going to drop down Austin Matthews' value because he's not playing right now?
Because when he comes back, he's gonna catch up to those guys. Just
And Nylander's already not playing because he wants his contract. And Marner's a situation waiting to happen because he's going to have his best year playing alongside John Tavares. Do you take him off that line so he doesn't have this kind of year? No. Just ask this kind of money? Like, what do you do at this point?
So I keep hearing about these national reporters and stuff like that saying there's a small window for the Leafs to win the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
I was like, what are you talking about? These guys are all like under 25. But now I get it. It's a small window for this team who's super dynamic and can score lights out. This is the last year you're going to have all these guys together. The last year.
100%.
And that's why they're desperately probably trying to get William Nylander.
But
hey, get on the ice.
If you are smart right now, do you not look for longevity? You know without 2 of these 4 guys, you can still win a lot of hockey games. Moving these guys for picks and for defense sounds like a good idea at this current right now.
I don't know what defenseman you're going to get for these guys. But anyways, Wells, you haven't said anything. You're quite on the
I want you guys to keep going. Keep talking.
You're quite on the home front.
And the dream is real, but the reality situation is that next year, if Nylander's already upset, this bridge deal doesn't sound like it's going to get done. The concept of him sitting this whole year is very alive right now. So if he sits this whole year, Austin Matthews comes back, you got to really think what you actually want to do. Okay. Can you get pieces for Nylander?
Well, I'll ask you, what would be the benefit for him sitting?
What? Yeah. I don't know, man. We just watched Van Bell do it, and we asked the benefit for him doing it. It's the same thing.
No, because
I would like a better contract. You can't have one. I'm not playing. Right? It's a different sport. I understand that. But it's the same guy sitting at home. He's not even in the country right now.
Well, the reason I think Le'Veon Bell sit was different. But anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well, Nylander might as well get some money. When's the deadline?
It's
December 1st at 4 p.m.
Okay. I think he will sign us a bridge deal. He has to. There's no point in him sitting. There's absolutely no point.
Who's the last guy that sat?
This happened in
It was like
Pasternak was the closest.
I think it happened in the 90s. Anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, go on.
Look, he's not going to sit. Let me just lay out a few things. Let me set things straight here, okay?
Wells has an inside scoop on this. Clearly.
I don't think they're going to do a bridge deal anymore. What I think they're going to do is hold out until the last minute and give Nylander an average per year salary of a certain amount that they want to do. This year is their most flexible year for the cap. They're going to front load it with, say, $11 million, $10 million. And then, because they have the room, and then the next couple years will be five.
Why would Nylander do that?
Why would he do that?
Yeah,
because
if another team will give me $7 million a year, why would he do that?
Because if you're getting an average annual salary of $7 million over 7 years, what does it matter if you get it 10 years now, 8 years next year, and then 6 the next few years? Yeah. If you're going to get that average annual throughout your 7 years,
I see what you're saying.
Why would they not front load it, prorate it, and then give it to him this year? And then the next couple of years, you take that softer hit year per average
to the cap
to benefit the team. Mm-hmm. So what I'm thinking they're doing, they're just holding out until the 30th of November, which I think is when he's going to sign, and then he'll join the team. What you guys are not talking about that's happened this year is you're naming Marner, Riley, and Tavares were having amazing years.
There's a lot of other guys there.
No one's saying anything about Frederick Anderson, who's putting up Vezina numbers.
He's probably the best goalie in the league right now.
He's putting up Vezina numbers.
I'm saying that because I didn't like him before, and he's probably the best goalie in the league right now.
He just got lit up for 5 last night.
No, he didn't. He got lit up for 3. 2 were empty net. You didn't watch the game, but you just saw 5. So, and you know what? They played on a back-to-back. Sorry, not back-to-back. They played in Carolina on a Wednesday before the holiday. I'm not really giving him crap for that one.
He's leading the league in wins. I know that.
That's great. That doesn't mean that's the same thing as a pitcher won wins, right?
Well, it's
but he's second in save percentage, and he's played the most games of any goalies to have that percentage. He even come close, even sniff it.
Now, I don't want to say he's as good as we said he was, but I thought he was better than what you guys thought he was. I don't think he's top 3 in the league good.
Why? He is. He is right now.
Right now.
Save percentage is 9.
But the funny thing is, usually he's a slow starter.
Yeah.
But he's killing it right now.
Yeah, well, he has to. He's playing on a team where high expectations
No, but he's playing on a team that's everyone is bought in. Everyone wants to win.
They're also not allowing 40 shots a game anymore. Because before, guys were throwing putts to this guy.
You can also cuck your thoughts of being a bad defense and trading for a defenseman because his defense is bad. They're not that bad. But they never were bad.
If you want to win in the playoffs, you need a better defensive core than we have right now.
No, they don't.
Why?
They don't.
Okay.
Not in this league. The league, I will admit, is changing. I don't know where it's going. It is changing. When they see speed, what they actually mean is skill. There are more skilled guys on the court. On the ice than these slow lumbering. Oh, I'm just going to hit you hard.
Those days are over. Those guys don't have a place in this team. And the fourth line is flying right now.
They have the second best goal differential in their conference, only by 1 to Tampa, who's the only team that's ahead of them in the conference. They're the third best overall in goal differential. So that doesn't mean that they're look, they came out guns blazing, scoring a lot, but they've kind of slowed that down, and they've also slowed down the opposition as well. So you got to notice this. It's not just look, your guys are going to score all the time, but if you can, if your team will always do better if you know that your netminder has your back, is gonna bail you out of certain situations.
That happened with Montreal. Montreal did that for years.
Not the last 2 years.
Oh, no, they're right. Well, this year they can score now, which is
we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I mean, the Leafs are proving to us that they are an all-around good team. This team is ready to make a
They're
deep
all
cup
good
run.
team, but they're good. They can score.
They're ready to make a deep cup run this year. Whereas we thought this was not the year for them and it'll be whatever.
No one thought this was not the year for them. That was last year. Last year we were happy to make it to the playoffs and win a round, which we didn't. We made it to 7 games. We played a team that was really good. This year, there's no excuses. They should be making it further.
You're going to play the really good team again this year.
Unless you win the division.
Well, you still play there. Oh, yeah, you get away for
You get
one
a wild
round,
card,
but
yeah.
then you might see them.
No, but like that's the point. Is like it's gonna be Tampa.
Boston,
No, I don't know about that anymore.
maybe Buffalo.
Well, right now they're not there. But by the end of the year, they'll be there. Buffalo can't keep this up, but keep going.
You can't. They can't.
No.
You sure?
Yeah,
You absolutely sure?
yeah.
Because they're playing.
They're on a tear right
now. Let's segue to that one since you brought that up. I mean, the Sabres are on a tear right now. They're basically playing.
We're playing the best hockey in the league, which they can't keep up.
Well, it's basically what a lot of teams are doing. It's their top line.
Yep.
So they got who's on the top line?
Skinner,
Eichel, and Pominville.
Yeah.
And Pominville.
Top lines are playing more minutes.
Yes.
This season.
Well, Boston does. Oh, sorry, Boston. Yeah, Boston does the same thing.
Yeah, more minutes than previous seasons. These guys are now playing
Well-
between 20 and 25 minutes a game.
I don't know if you guys know, Patrice Bergeron's out for the next 4 to 6 weeks, so that's going to take a hurt
On
for
Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
And this might be the gap that Buffalo sees,
And they
and
need to get
finally, after all these years of being terrible,
Jeez.
finally,
Take the hump.
like my prediction, they will make the playoffs this year.
He said they were one of the most improved teams coming into this season. They look good.
They look good. They look really good.
They
Man.
finally got a decent goalie, Carter Hutton,
Yep.
who was cast away from St. Louis.
Yeah, they're literally the best team in the league over the last 10.
Well, they've won 7 in a row.
Yeah, so like,
They were down 4-1 in the second half of the second
They come
period
back,
against
which
Pittsburgh.
which I don't like. When teams do that, when they win, they have to come back in the third period.
Hey, man.
I usually don't like
60
that because that
minutes.
doesn't mean you're good.
It's a steal though.
60
like,
minutes.
Instead of getting 0 points, you stole in 2 points. So I think of it as you.
What?
That's a loss that you've turned into a W that you probably
But
shouldn't
you're
have
always
had.
down.
What did
Yeah.
I say?
You're always
What
down.
did I say about the Steelers earlier tonight?
Steelers.
You play 60 minutes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So it don't matter how you get it done. Now, granted, they play 60.
You are
they played
correct.
62
You are
minutes because
correct,
they went to
Miles.
overtime.
I suppose. All right, so the Oilers, they fired their coach.
Don't say you suppose. These are facts, guys.
They're facts.
Women
They're playing
lie, men lie, numbers do not
Do
lie.
not lie.
well. It's kind of funny. We're actually at the quarter pole of the NHL season right now.
Yep.
It's going by pretty quickly. All right, Oilers, they fired their coach.
Bruh.
What a panic move though, right? Like
Panic move. They
what-
suck.
No.
What else is that but a panic? They
This-
lost 6-7. They've fallen down to 500, and you fire the guy that's brought up your star player since he started in the league.
Yeah.
That's tough. We know that's tough.
That's not entirely true because Dallas Eakins started with
Oh,
McDavid.
touche. How long did he last the season?
Yes, season.
Okay.
So they hired Hitchcock. I think he's 76,
Oh, yeah. 67.
67, the Paul Bear. He can't be there for a long time, can he?
The thing about Hitchcock that I like is he's a stabilizer.
What?
Hitchcock will
Is that
teach you how to.
his
he'll-
resume?
He teaches you how to be a pro. I feel like this is
That's
the
what people say about it.
this is the guy
Whatever
that'll
that means.
teach you how to be a pro in this league. I feel like you need a professional to teach these kids how to be professional. This is the guy to bring in. I like the idea. But I don't like firing the head coach to bring him
I
in.
do. But they
What was
should
it-
have.
what was it- what
They
was it?
should have fired the
don't know.
GM too.
Yes.
The
What
GM
was it?
should have been gone after Taylor Hall won the MVP, and you traded him for Adam friggin'
That's
Larson.
not his fault.
What do you mean that's not his fault?
Who else are you
Who
going
made
to trade?
the trade?
You had to make the move, and who else?
Who
are you gonna trade?
drafted all these guys that have
Yeah.
panned out?
Peter Sorelli.
But who else are you going to trade? Taylor Hall was the only expendable.
No,
really.
he's not. They traded Jordan Eberle for who? Nothing. Like, look at all these trades they made.
They brought in
Yeah.
Lucic.
Signed Lucic for 7 years, $49 million. Are you kidding me? That guy is basically a brick with a stick.
That was not a good idea.
Okay?
But you know what though? The NHL changed
I don't
with
blame-
that signing.
I don't blame McClellan getting fired because something had to happen. But he should have gone down, and so should have Trelli. Well, this is the 8th coach now since 2009
Yes.
for the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Who's on that team?
One line.
Who's on that team?
Yeah.
It's Connor McDavid and then who?
McDavid, Draisaitl, and whoever else.
Yeah.
Draisaitl only if he plays with McDavid because he's
Yeah.
not good good without him.
He's not good without
But
him.
they
they traded my
that's a
guy.
good. They've made it work with them because they are the only ones scoring.
Yeah.
And I don't mind Nugent Hopkins.
Who did they trade Strome for?
Who?
Ryan Strome.
Oh, dude, like
Oh man.
remember
They trade him for another Ryan. Anyway, the point is that there's no one else in this team.
Nobody.
they went big when they should have went big. They should have just all out assaulted on similar players like Connor McDavid, which you can't do obviously, but like similar skill type. Their goalie had a miraculous year. That's what made them so far into the playoffs that one year.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, what's he done? Nothing.
It's not his fault. He's not that good.
Why is the coach like? Okay, the coach is fired. Why isn't the GM getting fired?
He will get fired.
Well, what they did is they bought him time by bringing in Hitchcock.
Yeah.
And Hitchcock is the safest thing you could ever do for this team right now because what? He was sitting on his couch in Edmonton where he lives eating... What do you think he's eating? Cheetos?
Hey, want to drive a half hour to the state every
He
day?
lost 80 pounds over
Hey, so he has been eating. Doesn't have the money.
wait. He lost 80 pounds.
I was to say, doesn't have the money to eat. So
Well, now he's
been
coaching
eating.
again, so
Yeah.
he's going to gain it
Yeah,
back.
now he's got the money.
Lost some weight.
But like,
He said he was retired. He said he was done with hockey.
I got nothing against Paul Bear coming back this year.
I do ride with you on the fact that like this isn't gonna solve their problem. Like
It's not because they don't have a team.
it's a good move, but it's not gonna help them at all. So
Trey Quinn! There's a white wide receiver named Trey Quinn.
oh my god,
And he just got a touchdown.
Montreal Canadiens.
What about them?
Who knew they could score? Who
Dude.
knew they could score? Remember when I made fun of Max Domi coming there?
Max Domi's been awesome.
I basically said he was the Lonzo Ball of hockey. Yeah, he makes plays, but he's not going to score for you. This guy's scoring like crazy.
now, who's the coach we all hate over there?
Julian.
This
I don't
guy
hate Julian.
doing the best with the pieces he got.
Wait, did you say GM or coach?
Oh, I think I said GM, but I meant coach.
Okay. I don't know.
But anyway, the point is that these guys are small and they're quick, and fortunately for them, the league is now small and quick, where you can't just run these guys over and get away with it.
Who knew Drouin was good?
Like he already has more goals than he did last year.
Who knew Drouin was good?
He is good.
Well, he was taken third overall.
Yeah,
so someone
we
thought
knew,
he was good.
knew he was
Well,
good.
they were trying to make him a center, right?
He's just playing like it now.
Look, they can score, but they can't stop anyone else from scoring.
Well, Carey Price has had the last 3 games he was good.
Carey Price's numbers
They're not good.
are
He's in trouble.
terrible.
He's in trouble, and
They still have a goal differential less
Yeah.
than their goals scored.
when Alex Ovechkin has to like tap you in the shoulder and be like, "Nice save," because
Well,
you
that was
stopped the
Well,
puck.
that was the last 3 games. His last 3 games are good. It's just on the season he's not playing well, and he admitted it.
He allowed
No,
five.
dude,
he allowed
he's-
5 goals in that
the
game.
last-
Look at the night.
This season and last season,
He has not been good.
he's been terrible.
But they're saying his confidence is shot. And
And
I'm like,
his-
when
his-
Ovechkin's patting on the shoulder because he knows you feel bad, like something's seriously
You
wrong.
pat him on the
with
shoulder
Montreal.
because two guys have been played against each other for a couple years, and
he already-
someone made a big save.
he already had 2
He's also
goals.
saying like, "Hey, man, this might be your career highlight this year." Like,
Yeah, this is it.
because you ain't stopping anything else.
Did you see the goal he let in after that in overtime?
He's terrible.
Horrible.
He's
slap
awful
snap
this
shot.
year, man. He's awful this year.
And this year is that. 10
And this year is the
stuff.
year
Yeah,
that his
kicked in.
contract kicked in,
10 years.
and they got to live with this for another 10 years.
Well, is he going to play 10 years?
No, he's not going to play 10 years.
It doesn't matter. He's getting paid unless
He's
they.
seeing a decline already. This is another one of those stupid contracts. When they signed him, I'm like, 10 years?
This is when everyone got contracts. You can't
years?
really say anything. This is when everyone got contracts. This is when the NHL was like, "Oh, we have money. Let's lock down our top
Okay,
guys
wait,
forever."
Who got 10 years contracts? And everyone you're going to name is under 25. That got 10 years
Yeah,
contracts.
I guess so.
When they gave him that contract, I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, they just wanted him
You're
there.
crippling your team now.
They want to be a Canadian forever because they thought they had the guy.
So I mean, like, I'm all for these young guys on the Habs scoring and like Kotkaniemi or whatever the heck his name is. I'm excited for that guy in the future, man. That's gonna be like props to Bergevin for finally addressing what they needed, goal scoring. But somehow they got rid of Pacioretty, their best goal scorer, and Galchenyuk, yet they're now scoring more.
He's not playing well over there.
No, he's not. He only has 3 goals.
He's slowing them down a lot.
But Tatar's scoring,
yes.
Domi's scoring,
Mm-hmm.
You know what,
Gallagher is scoring.
These are the guys that are supposed to score. Domi is surprise, everybody
none
else.
of these guys were consistent before.
But yeah, but all
now
these-
you give them those front minutes, like those
ice
tier
time
minutes.
Yeah, and they're goal scorers. They're performing the way they're supposed to perform.
So props to Bergeron for that.
Using his talent. That's what I'm saying. But putting together, looking at what he has, putting them in the best positions to be successful. He did that, and he's done it well.
Now,
is it going to last?
I will reserve full judgment until we see Shea Weber come back and see if he can shore up the D and maybe help out.
So scared of him
And
coming
maybe
back.
help out Carey Price a bit because
quick of foot is not Shea Weber.
Slight of foot?
no, but
Don't
still,
you wish they didn't make that trade now?
but still, I will reserve judgment until he comes back, and we will see what the captain has in store for that team.
Oh, I'm so scared.
But
He might come back.
Carey
and trade
Price's
for
numbers right
prospects.
now are abysmal,
Atrocious?
terrible,
Oh, that's no good.
the worst.
Do you think they trade Shea Weber?
No, he's their captain. They just announced him captain. Why would they announce him captain and be like, "Hey, Shea, and get out of here"?
And who's gonna take him?
$7 million?
The Kings.
That's not horrible. Yeah.
Kings are the worst team in the league.
Salary dump.
But I'm just saying the
Yeah.
Kings. That's
Salary
all the guys
dump.
they got on there. Speaking of which, the Kings.
Did you just say that so you could segue into that?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Sheesh.
It's made for TV, this
You just
guy.
segue.
Sheesh.
Now the Kings, they made a little trade. And again, what I heard on these hockey shows, like, oh man, they're in like this guy's a third liner. Like, like this doesn't mean rebuild mode. They still got all those big contracts they got.
Yeah, but who they got? Hagelin?
And then
But they got him, but his contract's expiring.
yeah,
So it was. They know they're tanking.
Salary
no,
dump.
hang on. You're tanking when you get rid of those big guys. Kopitar.
Well, that's trade deadline stuff.
No one's gonna take Kopitar. Who's taking Kopitar?
Oh, it's not a deadline deal? Then you're done.
The thing about hockey teams is this is what when they tank, they don't want to tank all the way.
Yeah.
Like you look at Vancouver, they should have got rid of the Twins years ago, but they didn't want to do it.
No, because they're a draw. That's different. In hockey, if you can sell tickets,
You look at the Blackhawks.
Kane to it.
Thanks, Corey. They should probably be getting rid of Kane and Tavares. They're not going to.
Who's going to take them, though? Those
Oh,
contracts are
Taves.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But no one's going to take them. They're not even
Are,
trying.
are
to.
they ridiculous in today's NHL?
They're paying. They're going to pay 10.
Yeah, is
$10 million
Kane's
cap.
contract ridiculous in today's NHL?
Kane's is okay because he still produces.
Yeah.
Taves doesn't produce for that
No.
team. Taves' contract, he's never been a point getter. He's
No,
been
the captain. He's wearing the C. And
the epitome of a like
When we-
grit grinder.
Yeah, we talk about wearing the C and how it means so much. To the Chicago, it means a lot because they paid that guy $10 million. And he's going to get you 45, 50 points if he's lucky this year.
But that's not what his game's about.
No.
No. But the Kings, I don't see when I and they just signed Drew
Doughty.
Drew Doughty.
Yeah.
That's another guy who got 10 million. Sorry, 10 years,
$8 million a year.
8 million a year.
Yeah, but
To me, I was like, why are you signing him?
10 years is a long
You're gonna-
time, guys.
It is a long time.
but
You're
is
gonna
it?
build a.
Think
you're-
about where you were 10 years ago and what.
But
you've
is it
done
one of those
since.
things where it starts off at 10 million and it goes down and down? Because these guys sign insane
No,
contracts.
they got rid. You can't do that anymore in this new NHL.
But now they're doing
Because
a
remember
signing
when,
bonus
like-
for 10 mil and they get 1 mil over the season. Where I don't know what the NHL contracts are bonkers. Anyway, you go ahead.
Well,
I'm just
NBA has
saying.
sorry, go on.
No, I'm just saying. Remember the Luongo contract?
OV
It's like
contract.
it's like they like
Friendly.
front loaded it so much, but like the last 3 years were like $1 million a year when he's
Yeah.
like
They killed Vancouver.
43.
Yeah.
It killed Vancouver so much that they had to get rid of both their goalies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And NBA has it right. I think the NBA with the length of the contracts, it's like 5 years. That's perfect. In and out, you're not really killing yourself. Like anyone who signs 10 years in today's sports, I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, it's guaranteed
but
money.
even Conor McGregor-
they
even Conor
love,
McDavid-
They love guaranteed money, man.
Oh, I know the players will. The players will take it any time. But as an organization,
But you say I don't want to shift to
Yeah, go
NBA, but you say how it's better for the league, but it's not because you
no,
got
it's better
guys
for
like
an organization. It's better for
really
yeah.
because John Wall's making $45 million next year.
Well, that was stupid.
That's stupid. But it's
But-
only 5 years. Can you imagine if it was
Only
Could you imagine if it was 10 years?
now they want to trade everyone and they're handcuffed.
Oh, yeah,
I know
but
we're
can
gonna
you
get
imagine
into
if it was 10
that.
years?
But
if it was 10 years, then
Once you sign a guy to that,
that's-
you know it's untradeable. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. But
No one on this planet should be making $45 million a year. I'm sorry.
Whoa. You
No,
can't
well,
just say
I know
that.
that.
The man's worth what he's worth, son.
nobody
No
took-
one.
Nobody took a gun to their head and said sign it. Anyway, anything
I
else?
agree,
Anyone-
but no one is worth that.
anything else you guys want to touch on?
I don't know who that guy is. Who's that guy?
That's Amari Cooper.
Nice. Amari Cooper's our touchdown.
Anything else you guys want to touch on the NHL?
No.
Oh man, I think we covered all the aspects.
stories?
Yeah,
You covered the Leafs. I feel like that's a...
fairly.
We got Smythe's You guys might Leafs talking.
Gave up 5 goals last night. Watch the goddamn game, man.
Anyway, since we're talking about the Wizards are basically on a.
Nice. Look at Captain Segway over here. I mean, I set it up for you there, but like, you look at you. Good for you, man.
So basically, the Wizards are on a fire sale right now. Woj dropped a Woj.
You know what? They've traded nobody, so they're not on a fire sale yet.
Nobody's gonna take those.
They're
guys.
announcing they're having a fire sale.
So this is what I've been thinking about in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
That's like me announcing I've given up gluten, and I don't actually give up gluten.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Right?
Like everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's actually gonna do it." He's
As
really
you're
gonna
eating
do
a
it.
Subway sandwich.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, he's actually like. But you know, am I
Yeah.
really gonna give it up?
So Woj dropped the Woj bomb. This is what I've been thinking the last week or so. So would you, if you're in an organization, would you take on John Wall's contract?
No.
I'm just throwing this out there. Would you take on John Wall's contract? Will?
Hell no.
Nobody.
And Smythe would have taken on.
Nobody will.
So if you're not going to trade John Wall, which is your first and biggest problem,
Yep.
if you can't get rid of him, what's the point of trading everybody else?
I don't. Can you build a team around a point guard that can't shoot in today's NBA?
He's fast.
Yeah. And he's unwilling to learn to shoot. As well as unwilling to learn to shoot, he's unwilling to play proper defense. He likes getting steals.
But do you understand my point?
I
if you're
understand.
not going to trade Beal, if you're going to trade, you want to get rid of Otto Porter. Otto Porter's getting paid a little bit too much for my liking. But
Well,
whatever.
because he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
If he gave you 15 points, maybe it's worth if you play some defense.
So if these guys can just get into the playoffs every year, maybe miss it sometimes, maybe get in sometimes,
That's who they are, though.
why not just tough it out for 5 years?
Yeah. Maybe, just that's your team and just roll with that.
Just roll with that. Tough it out for 5 years. You signed a contract.
But
Stupidly.
like the phone's only ringing for one guy. They said we'll trade everybody. Only one guy is available, really,
Bradley Beal.
right? Because the Otto Porter contract, it's too much for what he's making.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal is the only guy at a reasonable amount of money
He's getting paid $28 million.
because he-
25 $28 million.
because he plays at an all-star level.
Yeah.
If you get an all-star at $20 million, you're getting a deal, right? Everybody else on that team, they're available, but nobody wants them.
No, they should be able to make the playoffs. They should be with that.
They have a lot of time. They can still make playoffs.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Yeah.
think they're in.
Who's better than them?
I'll look it up.
Everyone's better than them.
Sorry,
Everyone's
Yeah.
better than
who are they better than?
Who are they better than?
In the
That's what I meant to
conference?
say.
I'll look them up. Anyway,
Don't
Miami-
Look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Off the top of your head, who's better than them? Or sorry, who are they better than?
who
in-
they better than?
Put your phone down
In the conference or in the league?
in the conference
See,
because
this is
they
the
make
thing.
the playoffs. they have to be top 8.
You
Who's
have
better
your,
than them?
You have your bottom feeders, right? Brooklyn.
They're better than.
Okay, they're better than
Cleveland.
Brooklyn, Cleveland.
I don't know if they're better than Brooklyn.
I know you like Brooklyn a lot.
I don't know if
They're better than Miami.
Look, who's ahead of them? Who's your top 4? Toronto, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly. Okay.
Yeah, but then you have Indiana.
Indiana's
Indiana.
5.
Still better than them,
Who's 6?
right?
Charlotte.
Charlotte's okay. That's a conference. Like,
Charlotte, I could.
if Charlotte play Washington 7-game series, I expect Washington to win.
Don't look at your phone.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Don't look at it.
So by the end of the year, I expect them to be 7th or 8th. But is that
That's
good enough?
terrible, man.
Exactly.
No, they're terrible.
Because then that means you're playing either Milwaukee or Toronto.
You're not winning. You're not winning a round, right? But right now, Boston's 9-9,
You
so
gotta look,
it
you gotta look.
doesn't really matter, right? At the moment, Boston's 500, so we don't know what's happening in the East
Boston
right
looks
now.
bad, man.
Right now, they're in 8th right now. Boston's 8th.
Boston
Yeah.
got rinsed by New York last
You know
night.
what? Oh, the Knicks. They're better than the Knicks. Washington for sure.
Knicks, Chicago, Atlanta Hawks.
He looked.
Atlanta, they're better than Atlanta.
Well, we're not. You really want to sit here and
Yeah.
stumble about it?
They're better than
No,
the
but
bottom
I think
feeders.
it's better with.
Orlando, are they better than Orlando?
You expect Orlando to slip
Mobamba.
out of the playoffs, right? You expect Orlando not to be there when the conference is said and done.
Orlando
Maybe
gave
not.
the Raptors a fit.
Yeah,
maybe not.
no Kawhi Leonard. But the
Oh,
Raptors
he
are different.
played on that night.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He did not.
Do you watch any of these games?
Oh, he
No,
did
he
play.
does not.
He did play.
He does not.
God,
He didn't play last night.
you're terrible.
Get
You're
outta here.
terrible. Get out of here, man. Let's replace you.
Corey, we got to see for you.
Yeah.
My goodness, man.
What was
Watch
I-
a
what was
gosh
I-
darn
Well,
game.
am I correct in my like? If you can't get rid of a wall, there's no point in training the rest of them.
But no one's gonna take him.
I know. So there's no. So you might as well just roll out this terrible team for the next 5 years, and hope you make the playoffs and hope make some money. Hey, they signed the contract.
Yeah.
Washington said,
Oh,
"Hey,
I'm not blaming.
yeah,
John Wall or the
No, not at all,
I
man.
think that if you were the Wizards, you go into the tax and you get another guy for those years
you're not gonna do that." To
That's
lose
what you
more
should
money-
do.
To lose more money just to get like 6th spot?
to try to win.
No, you're gonna get 6th spot.
And then once that contract's done, you just all right,
They're
you're
not gonna
done.
do that. They're not gonna spend more money. Yeah, but let's. I didn't have this on the thing, but Boston, They're 500 right now.
Yeah, they're playing
Suspect.
terrible basketball. Rozier wants out. I don't care what he
doesn't
pretends.
want- that Rozier
Yeah,
doesn't-
that's a lie. He wants out. He doesn't
So
like.
what Rozier said is, he said, I'm fine with my position right now, but I'm going to make it very difficult for you not to play me.
Right.
So he's going to ball out, so forcing them to, hey, put them in. You know what? I think.
Well, it's not working.
You know what the problem might be? Kyrie Irving.
Why? He's too good?
Not that he's bad, because he's very good, and we watched that same line. He's very good, but what Boston did last year, he doesn't fit what they did last year. Because right now Tatum is not getting minutes.
That's not his fault though.
It's not.
No.
Maybe
his
it's
fault.
the coach's fault.
No.
Maybe.
The actual problem with this team is Gordon Hayward.
Oh.
Because they have his replacement ready to go with Jason Tatum, and they can't give him the minutes. Hayward came off the bench last night, that's how you know you have a problem.
Yeah.
When
you're
put,
paying a guy max, and he's
exactly.
going to the bench.
So
Well,
Hayward
apparently-
came off the bench last night
Well,
to try to make this change in this team, and it's not working.
So apparently, what happens with Hayward is he gets in his own head. So if he has a bad game, it sticks with him.
Scored 20-something, 23
You know
last
what?
night.
Suck it up, man.
I
You get
understand, I
paid
understand.
an unreal amount of money to play basketball. Take your problems elsewhere, man.
Oh yeah, suck it up. It's
Suck it up, man.
You should. You should be.
You
able to.
battled back from destroying your leg.
Had a setback once. Like you had to get surgery a second time on that same
Yeah.
leg. during
Like
the
you
summer, so
came,
had a setback.
you came out of a Midwestern team in Indiana, and you rose above all expectations. You played out of your mind in Utah, and then you got your money, and now you're gonna sit. Now you're gonna come off the bench. Now you're gonna make excuses. Are you kidding me? You don't get to make that much money and make excuses. I'm sorry, you don't.
No, you're right. You're right. But this is, mind you, he's not making excuses. It's people around him. This is I've heard this from Rachel Nicholson and Wojnarowski.
Well, where's it coming from?
His camp.
His camp,
people,
his camp, aka him.
His family. No, it's not him. It's his family. It's his trainers. They say he gets in his own head. Anyway, this might be an example of what you said, Wells. Smythe.
One basketball.
One basketball. This might be truly a true example of
There's
one
really
basketball
now on this team there's like 7 guys.
that can start another.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but I think that problem starts with the fact that the guy that is his replacement is already there, and now he can't get
Sorry, what were you talking?
Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's being stunted, right? And there's no other word for it. He is being stunted. Rozier, we don't know if he's a starter. He had a good run,
Pretty good.
and the run was only in the playoffs, right? The whole season, Kyrie was there. So we had a decent run in the playoffs. Jason Tatum had a season and a playoffs and was a legit star.
Oh, everyone was saying he was the best in the draft. That draft year
Oh, he is the best in that draft year.
doesn't look like it now.
Who's Markel Fultz the best in the draft? That draft sucks. But
Fultz,
yeah.
He's not
There's only one guy in that draft. But, right, so now that's a problem they have to address.
Wasn't your boy in that draft? Mitchell.
Oh,
Don Mitchell last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mitchell's
he's
not
pretty good. He looks like the best player in the draft then. But you have to address
He's not
this
playing well either. But anyway.
with trades. You can't address this any other way but moving somebody.
Well, apparently they're holding out for Anthony Davis with all their pieces. They want Anthony Davis. LeBron's coming to form. Yeah, we got all year to talk about that. Houston seems to be finding their way.
No, let's talk about LeBron.
I don't want to talk about LeBron. What do you want to talk about? Okay, talk about it.
You put him on the list. What do you want to
Let's
talk
talk about
about?
LeBron leading the league in
What is there
scoring
to
this
talk
year.
about? No, he's
I don't know.
I'm
not.
not gonna talk. I say we had all like.
He's currently number 2. He'll finish the year, I think, at the top.
Who's number one?
James Harden.
Shocking.
Yeah, exactly. The guy that shoots every
Who
single
cares
time.
about high school?
You know what? I do like that LeBron's embracing his inner Kobe, finally, after how many years in
Didn't he
this
just
league.
pass Wilt Chamberlain on the all-time scoring list?
Yeah.
And he'll probably pass.
What was his
He's going
total?
to pass MJ this year.
I can't know. I gotta look it up.
He'll
And he'll
pass
probably
MJ.
pass MJ this year.
And he'll
too.
pass Kobe next year.
So
I mean,
he's gonna get there. He's gonna.
You know what? Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Overcoming all the odds, and just really just
Are you talking about the odds of being a kid from Akron, or just the odds? He's 6'8", 250 pounds. And a
Well,
freight train.
what a success story, man. Good for
what a
him.
great guy.
What a guy, just coming, proving everyone wrong. Hey, man, that dude has been a stud since
Day
he was
one.
like 14.
Day
and he sustained
one.
it, and is 34 right now.
Yeah,
and
he's
it's still.
He's a day one. This is potentially an 80-yard touchdown.
Oh my God, Amari Cooper again.
Man, sheesh. Anyway, that's
Amari
NBA.
Cooper just ended the
Anything else you guys
Washington
wanna touch on the
Redskins
NBA?
season.
We
No,
also
we're
talked
not.
about NBA last week, so that's why I want to kind of
Yeah,
quick.
we can get that.
Anything else you guys want to touch on the NBA?
There's so
Okay.
much. Golden State sucks now. Without Steph Curry, they're not the same team.
Without Steph Curry, they're not the same thing. Just like going back to what Wells said, Kevin Durant's a beta, and he was kind of. And remember, we used to argue about this, Wells. I mean, Smythe.
Yeah,
That who was the alpha and who was the beta on the Thunder, and we always said Westbrook.
yep. Because we said the team goes as Westbrook goes, as good as Kevin Durant is, and we're seeing it now. The thing is, though, is that Golden State was built on sharing the basketball. Last night, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, 23 shots each.
Yeah.
That's not sharing the ball.
Nope.
Anyway, that's how you lose.
Because it's Curry's team and it goes as Curry's go. Anything else you want to touch on basketball here, Wells? Are you done? Portland Clippers.
NCAA.
Oh yeah, sure. We can go in there.
Just bet the over on Citadel, guys. It happened twice this week.
What did they get last time?
Huh?
What did they get? What was the last game? Citadel?
They just keep hitting the over. If you want to bet,
Yeah.
they want to gamble on sports, just bet the over on Citadel. They played Texas last week, and they played James Madison this week, and they went over. It just keeps happening.
All right. You heard it here first. All right, it's my fault.
No, you've heard it here for the last year.
Oh no, hold on. We can't talk about Duke losing already.
Yeah, break up the program. It's over. Forget it. Those guys aren't going to get drafted.
Like,
number
this
one.
is
It's
nothing.
over. It's finished.
We're
even
done
bother
here.
with it. Yeah, we're done. Duke is not as advertised. They're finished anyway. Tell the people where they. I was joking, people. Tell the people where they can find us, Mike.
You can find the Team Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and our favorite social media sites: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and my personal favorite, Tumblr.
Wells.
Yo, you can find me on Instagram, Beepin52, and you can find my other podcast,
The other
Horseplay.
podcast. Nope. Just
You
the other
can't
podcast.
say the name anymore.
Horseplay podcast. It's back. It's in full effect. We're 3 weeks in after the layoff. Check us out. Horseplay_podcast on Instagram. And just search for Horseplay Podcast on iTunes.
All right, and of course, you can find all this good podcast juiciness on the parkdaily.com, parkdaily.com on Instagram. Follow, rate us on iTunes, Spotify, all that kind of stuff. It helps us out tremendously. And of course, you can find everyone's Twitter handles and all that kind of stuff too as well. But that's it. Hit him with that theme song, Smythe.
Nash Wells is Smythe host of the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.